You can hear 100% infill. Huge thing here. This is also an island. I mean, can you even see it 3D printed? Oh no, even play around. It's very nice. So we are in the lab. 40mm cube. Whoa. Be mine. All our different materials. How do you guys like this? I think we are live. Forgot. How is everyone? How is everyone? We already have Justin here. How are you?
Hey,
Justin?
I'm nervously excited. We got 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks to go.
Dude,
Very, very exciting. Are you still sleeping or you gave up on sleeping?
I'm starting to lose sleep. I'm in that like 2 weeks, and because I have ADD, my mind's starting to just. I'm having dreams about the event. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Cool
Good
news. So I can show this off. It's kind of hard to see, but
What is that? It's increasing.
Tickets. Sorry, it's not focusing.
Oh, the number of tickets per day?
Yeah.
Per month, right?
Total tickets, including the 100 exhibitors, 1,785.
Ooh, nice.
Since Saturday morning, April 1st, 438 tickets have been reserved. For the month of March, the whole month, 563.
That's crazy.
So we're flying.
And we just started April.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's gonna be even more. So do
I
we
want
have
to see us break 2,000.
Is there like a limitation for the venue, or is it pretty big?
I mean, it's 18,000 square feet. The limitation is more just making sure it's not like people can walk around without having to push through people. But
Like, I mean, for like safety or something? Like
yeah, safety, fire marshal stuff. I think we'll max out about 2,500.
Okay.
So, but that's a lot of people. So over 2 days and 10 hours on Saturday, and 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 hours on Sunday. So 17 hours for people to come through. That's a lot of time.
Awesome. So, Zombie only gave me 30 minutes to solve the issue with the Earth. So I will quickly redesign everything, because today we're going to set up all our profile sharing on Discord.
Nice.
But it's great that you're here, because I completely messed up in the last stream. We went very wild, and I forgot like the booth side. I forgot how many tables.
I know you did. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help. I'm not here to hinder.
So, I forgot to let me do something. Share this. So we'll quickly redesign everything.
All right. So your booth is going to be 30 feet wide by 10 feet.
Okay.
And you can't go any deeper than 10 feet and can't go any wider than 30. The 10 feet is for the aisle, and the 30 is for the other people that are around. So.
Okay. So let me do, so it's a factor 3. So I will do 1 by 3, right? So
10,
the rest.
Yeah, there you go. That should be fine. I mean, you could do 10 by 3, because remember, you got to put the tables in there.
Yeah. And then the table, you told me it's 8 by 2.5.
Right? 8 foot by 31 inches, so just a hair under 2.5.
8
and you want to be specific with that, trust me.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? 8 by
8 foot. So what's 8 times 12? Hold on. You want to do it in inches?
Yeah, or
96 inches by 31 inches.
Okay, so I'll keep. What did I do? 0.8.
Layout time, Builder's Mark? Are you talking about how long he has to set up?
Okay, and then I will scale this up.
So on my
price, and this should be the scale, and this is
should be. Yeah, that I agree with that. Just so you know, I've on my spreadsheet for drag racers, I have 21 people signed up.
21. I think with Edge of Tech we.
And he's on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy 3 racks, and I think let me check.
Just hang them. Mine's gonna go on the entry table, so.
Yeah, he said. Let me check again how many we can put on one rack. We calculated that already.
Wait, sorry, I gotta step away to watch this first layer.
Let me see. Oh, I don't have a particularly good internet, but okay. So this was overkill, and then so he suggested this one, and then he said we can put 5 per rack. So that means
Damn.
if I buy,
You could do them all on the back. I mean, you're not going to have anything between your booth and what is it, the makers behind you? Let me look at
so maybe that's one question.
Yep.
Like,
you're not going to have anything like you're going to have a 3-foot pipe and drape 3 feet off the ground to make a separation, but we're not going full height like Earth did.
Okay. So in any case, whatever I put cannot go outside of this 10 by 30, right?
So you can have like a few inches on the 30 on the like wide sides. Yeah, you could do that, but on the 10-foot depth, you can't.
Okay. So I will have to put the table a bit like this so that there is enough space for the rack behind.
Yeah.
To put. Okay. So theoretically, I mean, I can put racks all the way,
and you'll have 5 tables.
Yeah. So what's the size again? So 4
feet.
4 feet. Okay. So if it's 4 feet, then I can put 2 racks per table. And you said you had 20 dragster, so that means 4. So that means 2 table wide, basically, of dragster. Yep. So that's perfect because
the best thing to do is find somewhere that has it in Colorado and just have someone pick it up on Thursday or Friday.
I have what? Sorry?
Instead of having to order those, I mean, you could order those in and ship them to that address that I assume you got the email.
Yeah.
You could do that. They just have to arrive between the 17th and the 20th. Or you can find a place in Colorado that has them, order them, and then have someone pick them up that lives here.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it. I will have to think about it. By the way, I completely forgot to say hello to everyone. Sweetie Medic Beans, thank you for joining QA. Sorry, I was a little bit in a rush. Actually, I was so stressed that yesterday I designed a whole booth and we had some great idea. And then during the night, I realized, it looks pretty big, actually. I didn't remember it was that big.
Right.
And then when I go and double check, and then yes, indeed. So that's why we're redesigning. So Nightcore, thank you for joining. Chewy, Zombie, Kenneth Sang, thank you for being awesome, guys. Daddy Wazi, Justin, Marabelle Jade, thank you for joining. Thank you for being awesome. DMAT, Non-Fam, Medic Fix and You, thank you for joining, everyone. Sorry if I'm missing anyone. Sorry, I went straight into it.
You want me to send the link to Scott?
Scott is here as well?
No, he said he might join in the Polymaker chat, so you want me to send it to him?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
I got it. I did.
Okay, awesome.
Make it one less thing you have to deal with.
Awesome. So, and then you said, so Scott will have 2 tables, and then we'll have 2 tables, and Jim will have 1 table. Okay.
Yep.
So
you have 5 tables.
Okay, so if we do something,
and Maker B says, "Oh no, a new design."
Yeah, sorry, Maker Bees.
Now remember, you also have 8 hours. If you get there at noon, you'll have 8 hours to set this up. So that's a long time.
Okay. So we know that we need to leave space behind. So it's 4 feet by.
Probably about 2 feet. Yes, Major Gamer Geek. For sponsors, the setup begins at noon. For maker exhibitors, it starts at 2. That way, they have 2 hours to just take care of what they need to take care of before the makers start showing up.
Medic, I don't need. I already have them. Thank you, Medic. I already have them.
Nice.
And it's gonna finish in 2 days. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 15. So how much does that give in inch?
Foot and a half. So 15 inches. So that's 1.25 feet. 15 inches. But yeah, if you do want to ship those to that address, you just have to make sure they get there the week of the event, and just make sure it says Polymaker, and we'll put it in your booth, at least the box, and you can go from there.
Okay.
If you want to do that.
Yeah. We'll either do that, either send it to Scott, because he
Or
offered
or
to
you
come
can
with
send it
going
to
with-
the address on file that I sent you, and then you don't even have to worry about Scott dragging it out because he's going to be full anyway.
Yeah, because I remember. Oh, there you go. Hey Scott, how are you?
Hey,
Hey,
what's going on,
How's
Scott?
everything? We're talking about the rack that you suggested here, the one we are going to buy. So maybe
hang on.
we're gonna buy 4 of them. Maybe. Oh, can you hear us? Hello.
He's making it work.
Hello.
Testing. Scott's headphones are Scott's head. Welcome to Scott's headphones.
Hang on, I'm trying to get switched
good.
to the headset.
You're good.
Okay. Take your time. So let me put. So this will be all the dragster. I can hear myself. That's great.
I still need to finish it, but
Is that better now?
there's my beast.
Further. It doesn't fit.
No, for some reason it's still coming through my.
Look at this thing. I still have to glue the.
There we go.
I still have to
Is that
glue the
better now?
tires to the cores, but like, look at this thing. Freaking huge.
Yeah.
I can't tell which is echoing. It's got to be coming from my end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But I mean, look at how fat these rear tires are.
I'm so looking forward to seeing the race.
Oh,
For
it's gonna be
dragsters,
mayhem.
it's gonna be
We're gonna have an
crazy.
issue with time. I've got to revisit a couple things on that, but
I mean, do we even have a track long enough?
yes,
that they can
we're
race
fine
it
on the
out?
track.
Okay.
We have the east side of the building. There's a concrete sidewalk, and I got to figure out what to tape the gaps up with, just because they saw
Oh, okay.
expansion gap.
I got to move my camera too, so I'm not looking sideways here.
Sideways.
Yeah, I got my camera in the wrong place.
Turn your speaker audio down. It should be better now, right? From me, from Justin, from Scott, I think we should all be coming pretty well, right? Okay.
Yeah, on my end it was the had the wrong microphone up and running and
Okay.
I can't use that mic and my speakers, otherwise it echoes back. So
Yeah. So basically, the yellow one will be the rack you suggested. So finally, we may buy 4 of them, because I remember you said we can put 5 per racks, and Justin said he has 20 dragster registered.
Yeah, I have
Right.
21 registered at the moment.
21. So I think if we go with 4, that could be pretty nice. And then what I was thinking is we could be putting, because last time we had 2 tables for the deaf racers, and we calculated that's around 25 to 30 racers that could be on 2 tables. So that's definitely far from the 50. But and then like we discussed, Scott, the rest we just everywhere in the hall. We're gonna have.
I don't have a sword like Nick has, but I can see how this is going to go. Let's pretend this is Nick's ill-gotten sword, and he's going to be walking around on Friday. You get a death racer. You get a dragster.
Mhm.
You get a death racer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
With his stolen sword.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have two death racers ready to go. I mean, did I show the side panels my buddy printed for me?
Well, here's a dragster that still has to be assembled.
Here's the
What?
side panels.
Oh,
Someone, my buddy, my co-organizer Mike printed these. So obviously
Nice.
my logo, an event logo, and
Nice, beautiful one.
I have an inverted version of this where all the black is white and the white is black, and so I have 2 of these, and it's just freaking awesome.
It is. So let me make sure. So where? Oh, why
And anybody that's watching these stream, these printers to my left, they don't actually exist. You didn't see them.
Oh, is that what I think they are?
Yeah, you didn't see them. They don't actually exist.
Yeah, they might exist in 2 weeks though.
Or the one right behind me actually doesn't exist yet either.
So, yeah, the one. Yeah, but they'll exist in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Nick.
Yeah, surprise. Well, it's our stream now. What do we want to talk about? Oh man.
We'll talk about next year. I'll bet Nick gets in a little earlier on his.
Everyone wants in early next year. Everyone that I've talked to, like,
you
know, that we'll deal with that for next year. It may have to be, I don't know, if we're at almost 1,800 people signed up to attend,
right?
Which is huge because IRF had 1,600 last year,
something like that.
We've already blown past that. It's stupid.
Yeah.
1,600 you said for
IRF, yeah. If we break 2,000, we may have to look at the other half of the hall. That's another 18,000 square feet, but it doubles the costs of the event. So it really doubles everything. It makes it everything would have to go up, or we'd have to just have more sponsors, which would be great. But God, it would be nice.
Was that the $10,000 for the rent of the other space?
Yeah, by the time you're done with tables and chairs and the actual cost of the space and electricity, it's gonna be another $10K by the time you're done.
Okay.
That's a drop in the bucket for Nick's marketing budget for 2023.
This is true. Kit Skyfire says so. These are to Scott. These are Schrodinger's printers.
Yeah. So I'm wondering. Let me share that again because I dropped off. Let me check that again. Yeah. So I'm wondering where we're gonna have this whole table for all the printers, the belt printers.
Well, there'll only be 3 belt printers over there.
This one. That one. Table, right?
That one right there, and then 2 in the other room.
Scott, you know that one guy we were talking about? I finally responded to him because he emailed me. I used a little bit of AI to help me with that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So, and then I'm wondering if I think it's because we had 1 extra table here, I think. So let me check. We transformed it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 2 extra tables. So we need to sacrifice 2 things. So I was thinking about sacrificing the new products and leaving the scientist. We may have a few, maybe 2 or 3 new product schools on the scientist table.
Right. And then belt printers, all that.
Yeah, belt printers, we can put it there. All the belt printers printing, maybe this way. And then here I will put the scientist.
Yeah, and you'll probably want to push your hangers for the death. You can leave the drag racers there. I'd move them back towards the back of the booth, maybe. Maybe like that. I mean, you can figure that out on opening on Saturday.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, depending on all the different sizes, but something like this, and then I still haven't. I need to reach out to Jim to see what he needs to display. So this whole table is for him. I don't know if he needs the whole table or not. So I will have to check with him. And also, all the booth is designed so that it's very open, right? Yeah. There's no
and
space.
You guys will have chairs so you can rest when you need to. So
don't forget that I have 1 table directly behind that booth.
Yeah,
too.
You're gonna be there by 2, I assume, on Friday, right?
I'm gonna be there Thursday.
Okay, cool. Just show up. Honestly, Scott, you can show up at noon since you're technically part of the sponsors.
Well, I'm gonna have to show up at noon because I've got the belt printers.
Yeah,
I've got these
that's fine.
printers here for Fabrico's booth.
Yeah, you'll be good.
That printer right there for Fabrico's booth that we're not going to put on camera.
Yep. I know about it. I know what he's talked to me. I know what's going on. I mean, I know more things than I've ever known. It's exciting.
I think we're pretty good. I mean, I was pretty stressed when I discovered that.
1, 2, 3. How are you? What are you doing there?
This is all
okay, sorry.
the scientists.
KJ, there's no printer behind him. Literally, ignore that printer until the event. Period.
And then where will you put the plane, Scott? Do you need space on the booth, or it's going to be on the maker booth?
We're not going to talk about what I'm going to do with the plane while Justin's on here.
If you're RC flying, you just need to tell the NOCO airport that you're doing it and get.
No. I'm not. Well, I might take it out in the front parking lot and do a little short flight for Nick, but not.
You can't.
No, I can let the airport know.
Yeah, just call the airport. Let them know you're doing it. I can get you the number if you need it, but
I've already got it. I do this all the time, Justin.
There's so much flight training in the area.
Yeah.
Like literally, it is half the reason the airport exists is to train pilots.
Yeah.
And then the big old corporate jets. Now, if you weren't bringing so much stuff, you'd just fly in, wouldn't you?
If I didn't have all the stuff to bring, I would fly my airplane up there.
That'd be freaking awesome.
I could get literally 2 printers in it plus myself.
Yeah, because that's it, right? Well, that Catalina's not the biggest plane, is it?
I don't have a Catalina.
Oh, what did you have? I thought you did.
No, I have a blanket decathlon.
Right.
And then I got a Piper sport cruiser.
Nice.
They're both just two-seaters.
Like the Pipstrel? Isn't that the Pipstrel or something like that?
No, the Piper sport cruiser is actually the Czechoslovakian sport cruiser that Piper brings in.
The ultra lightweight?
It's not an ultra lightweight, but it's a light sport LSA.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Kind of like the Diamonds.
Yes, smaller version.
Yes.
I don't have a plan B, to be honest, but we'll figure out, right? I mean, the venue is going to be full of makers, so whatever happens, we'll just make something.
Yeah, it's gonna be wicked.
So yeah, I guess it's pretty good. It will be something like this, I think. So I want to make sure we have as much space as we can for all the racers, and then the dragsters, and then Jim stuff. I will check with him. I have no idea.
He's not. I don't think he'll have much, but in light of Caleb's thing, he might have more.
Yeah. So I will.
Also, Nick, thank you for doing that for Caleb. He was absolutely floored.
No problem.
You should have seen him on stream. I thought he was going to cry.
Him and his wife both were just about in tears.
Oh my god!
Oh,
and we're doing something on Monday for them as event organizers. We're going to be on the stream, but
I forgot the Rook from Zombie. So maybe. Yeah,
Zombie has a. I think Zombie has a booth. Has a thing. Hold on.
I don't think so. I think
hold on. Let me pull I have the spreadsheet. I just put it together this morning.
Yeah. So maybe let's just put Zombie stuff here. We'll have all Zombie stuff.
No, he doesn't. Okay.
I don't know if he's bringing something else, and then maybe a few models that he wants to show off here.
Yeah.
Do I have a maker booth? I don't think so. The Zombie has
no, Zombie doesn't. He's floating.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. So Zombie will have his stuff here. Then we'll have all the belt printers, the scientists, then all the death racers, the dragsters, and then gym stuff.
Yeah, that should work. And then you're not. Are you bringing you're shipping out filament samples or whatnot, or how's that working?
Well, I think finally, I don't think I will ship anything because there's no space anymore.
I mean, you could shove the filament samples under the tables.
Oh, samples.
Yeah. Didn't you do samples at Earth? You could just send a few boxes of samples out. And
is there any reason why we can't put a couple tables at the front of the booth and have kind of like a flow through?
Well, because
you technically don't have a sixth table. That would be one.
Actually, I have someone that contacted
me. No, they can't do that. If they're an exhibitor, they can't because it's a fire code issue.
Okay.
It messes with the layout. Now, we may have an extra table on setup day that's a lot just available from the venue. So, but that's a setup day thing. I can't do it until setup.
That's why I say I do enough of these trade shows and such as that
Yeah,
I mean, I can bring my trade show
No.
booth, but it's 40 feet by 40 feet.
Yeah, we don't have
to
anywhere
go
to
up
put
to
it.
30 feet tall and
No.
has.
I mean, it shouldn't be an issue to get you an additional table. I just can't give you 100% guarantee on it.
Yeah,
until
I
we
mean,
get
it looks
set up
good
there.
already. It looks good
Yeah.
already. I think it's fine. I mean the only thing we don't have,
Well,
we
what I'm
pretty much put everything except the new products, and I think it's fine. New product, I would just put some pictures online or something like this.
well,
I don't
but Nick, if we wind up with an extra table,
Yeah.
There's a chance we wind up with an extra table. We can put it in the middle out there at the
Yeah.
front and kind of have it floating.
Yeah.
When you say floating, you mean like straight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
like that.
straight up at the front at that 10-foot line, because we'll have a chalk line that
and
you
then
can't cross.
then you have a kind of a flow through.
Yeah.
People
I mean-
can flow through the booth, and you can have that table featuring new product,
Yeah.
whatever
Okay.
you want to feature
Let me look at something.
for that
I need
hour or
to-
whatever.
I need to look at the layout that the venue sent me with their side. So bear with me.
Okay, so
here.
maybe we can put the new products as an option here. So I will try to bring them. I think we have around 25 new products or 30.
Right.
I don't remember. So I will just put it on the side, and then if we have, then great. I will display them here. If we don't, I'll just put it under the table, and if people are interested, we can just pull out the spool and show them off. Yeah, I mean it's pretty. Can you imagine all the dev racers here, all the dragster here,
Oh yeah.
army of scientists here, all the belt printer printing some huge stuff.
Oh yeah.
The looks from Zombie. Wow, that's gonna be
It's
amazing.
gonna be a big old booth.
Oh, it's gonna be really amazing. Really, really excited for that. So,
And are you bringing banners and stuff, or
banners.
yeah, to say Polymaker, or is that?
Oh,
I mean, you can put them on the front of the tables. And if
I
we
can,
do
I
that
can
sixth
give you
table,
I can give you a link.
yeah. I think I will bring. I will custom make the tablecloth like we did for Earth, and I will have one with Edge of Tech, Honeymaker, and Edge of 3D, and then I will just put it. We'll just put it in huge. We'll have a big tablecloth like this.
there you go.
I think. Yeah, I will just do that. I mean, yeah. No banners. Yeah, no banners. Just a tablecloth. No time for banners. Only time for dev racers and dragsters.
Right? I mean, he's not wrong. It's going to be busy enough as it is. Which next year, if we blow it out this year, we're going to do. We'll have to do a 3-day next year, I think.
Bob, like this is his first show. What? It's not my first show, but it's my first like tiny show. I mean, not tiny.
Tiny? What the heck is this crap?
No,
You're
no,
in
no,
charge,
no, no.
zombie? No.
Tiny booth. Sorry, tiny booth.
Okay.
But usually, we have like a huge booth, and then we basically build the whole thing, right?
Yep.
So we can go a bit crazy. But here we have to deal with the size. So I want to put priorities. I guess that's what I want to say. Usually, I don't really deal with priorities. If we need space, then we just get bigger space. But now we need to deal with priorities. So I think dragster dev racers first priority. Then we have all the army of scientists that the community made, and then we have the zombies and bell printers. So I think I like it. And then Jim's stuff, I will talk with him to see, because maybe Jim, his idea was to have his booth for the dev racer, maybe. So we already in line with this. So I need to check with him. Yeah, Zombie. Okay, you can be in charge of our booth next year. Maybe that would be more efficient than me. I'm sure once you are in the US, trade shows will be easier to set up for. Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's because I'm in China or not. I think it's just because, I don't know, maybe I always did the thing a little bit late. So maybe that's why. But I mean, to be honest, look at this booth. Can you imagine in real how it would look like? I think it's pretty cool. Maybe we went overboard here, but I think it looks as cool here. Maybe cooler, with the floating table, the U shape, so that people bring, in the middle. I think it's perfect. Thank you so much, Justin and Scott, for helping, solving my problem.
Hey, that's what I'm here for, to solve as many problems as I can. Obviously, there will be problems on the day and the weekend, and we'll deal with that as it comes.
Yeah. We'll solve that. So yeah, I think
What
it's
about if we wind up setting up a booth outside, like where the
If you,
death races are going to be held out? If we set up
uh,
tables out there with all the death racers on them,
let me ask, because I need to find out if we can.
yeah,
Because
because
technically we're
there's that whole
just
covered patio area
yeah.
out back.
The only issue is that covered area is also the exit side,
Right.
so someone would have
I
to
know it can't
man
be
that.
blocked off because it's a fire exit. It's a
No, I'm
safety
more worried
thing.
about someone taking one as they leave.
zombie. That would be awesome if you cosplay as a political scientist.
Right?
I do have the three even has designed the goggles that I printed in
Because
PPE.
technically we're only renting the outside space for the races, and that's it.
Okay.
So I can find out, but of course I think they're going to tell me there's an additional cost. I'm like, everything's a freaking additional cost.
And Chewy, yeah, actually, you're right. I mean, literally 1 week after these Rocky Mountain festivals,
Yeah.
we have Rapid Show, right?
Yep. It's literally the following weekend. So you're just going to boom, boom.
Yeah. So, and we are literally going to send, all the scientists and stuff straight to Rapid, and you will see the difference in terms of booth, right? Is very different. And this
Oh, yeah.
booth,
Well, Rapid's huge, though. Rapid's like 100,000 square feet.
I want to make. I mean, Reprop Festival is a maker show, right?
Yes.
It's about,
That's a trade show.
Yeah, and the
That's
other
what
one
you
is much more professional. So I would like to design things within the spirit of the show, right?
Mhm.
So I think this is well within the spirit of the Reprop
Oh,
Festival,
yeah,
rather than having
definitely.
huge
that's what it
banners
is.
and blah blah blah. So that's the idea, right?
That is that's the makers are the reason we exist.
Mm-hmm. So awesome. Zombie, I think I reached a little bit more than 30 minutes, but I hopefully finish on time. So if you wanna, if I don't know if our special guest is 5 minutes left. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do with the 5 minutes left. What do we? What else
Anything and everything.
What else?
Here, Nick, when are you getting into town?
I'm flying out on Thursday afternoon. I arrive on Thursday afternoon also.
Yeah, because of the time change.
And then I'm sleeping over at Denver Airport. Then the rest of the team will arrive on Friday morning.
What, you're sleeping over at the airport?
Why don't you come on? We have room. Nick.
Yeah.
We have room at the hotel. I have.
Yeah.
My hotel room starts on Thursday.
Well, I think it's him getting to Loveland is the issue.
I book a hotel in around, I think it's near Denver Airport, because the team arrives the day after, and then I will take the team to Loveland.
But you could we're gonna have a dinner on Thursday. I'm sure we can find someone that's coming in on Thursday, and you can ride with them for the hour up, get to your hotel.
I'm driving right by Denver International Airport coming in. So
exactly. You're literally like, hey.
So you mean there will be people there already on Thursday?
Oh yeah, I know of.
Yeah, our whole crew's arriving on Thursday.
Yeah, everyone I know of that I've talked to, except for a handful of people, like Jim, is arriving Thursday, and there's going to be a dinner Thursday. I just don't know where yet.
Oh,
it's going to be a hangout dinner like Murph does, where hey, come hang out, let's chat before the mayhem begins.
Okay.
It's
so let me. So I will check this then. If there will be if the fun is going to start on Thursday already, then I will try to arrive there on Thursday. But anyway, I will arrive.
What time does your flight arrive at Denver?
Let me check. I think I can check that. Itinerary. I will arrive. How do you say that? 9:15.
AM or PM?
PM.
Oh wow.
Oh well, that'll.
That's the reason why.
Past the dinner. Yeah, I'd stay with what you're doing then.
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense. I forgot I arrived that late actually. Now it makes sense why I sleep there. But anyway, I will be there early Friday, and I will definitely be there at the opening, which I think is at
12, if I remember well.
Yep, definitely at 12. I'm going to put a picture up on Twitter a couple days ahead where I have a picture of the side of the venue for the doors. So
Nick is a party animal. Are you sure you want Nick at the hotel?
I don't know.
Okay, so I think we're pretty good. I'm just thinking, just to make sure that I didn't mess up again, but I think we considered everything, right? One table. So the only thing to confirm now is Scott, the bell printer, is that to scale approximately? Can you fit 3 or you need more space? Can you fit
three fit on a single table just fine.
Okay, perfect.
No.
And then zombies, if I remember well, the rook is pretty small, right? It should fit on a third of a table, right? If you need more, then we'll just move around some.
You guys will have plenty of time.
Yeah, should be fine. You cannot imagine how excited I am to see.
I'm nervously excited.
Of that. It's gonna be amazing.
Very nervous and very excited.
Yeah. Okay.
So, by the time Friday morning arrives, Justin, there's no more to do other than just all you got to do is sit back and enjoy the mayhem.
Well, there's stuff to do on Friday, but
yeah, but I'm just saying at that point it's out of your hands.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, did you guys? Maybe I missed it, but have you guys set up or confirm all the races that's gonna happen?
For the prizes?
Yeah, for the prize.
Yes, we talked.
No,
with Jim
we haven't got the
but
prizes from Polymaker yet.
Yeah, we just need to know what you're willing to offer, and we'll figure out from there.
Okay,
I gotta find the notepad here.
We are waiting for each other, right? You guys are
pretty much.
Price to design races, but why do you need price to design races? I need the races.
I know, right?
Price, right? But why do you need?
So here's I have the races. I have the list of races right here.
I need you to send that to me too.
Oh, okay.
We're going to have a best in show, which is voted by the attendees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that for the now we were just talking about the death racers for the best in show, but I guess given the number of dragsters showing up, it's going to be a best in show for each the dragster and the and then for the death racers. Now we haven't figured out the dragsters yet because we were thinking maybe 8 dragsters were going to show up, 6 to 8.
Yeah.
So Saturday there's going to be the capture the flag like we did at Earth, where we have to push the cart to the other people's side.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there'll be a battle like we did at Earth.
Welcome, Zombie.
Hey, Zombie.
We are discussing the races that's gonna happen on at Rocky Mountain. So
Saturday is capture the flag, and then we'll have a battle with a final winner, just like we did at Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday we'll do the figure 8 like you won at Earth on Saturday. We're going to do that on Sunday, where we do the figure 8 race and the first one to do 5 full laps.
Okay.
And then we'll have a battle with the winner, and then give everybody a little bit of time to patch them back together, and then just an all-out battle royale where they just fight to the death until there's nothing left.
Destruction.
Okay, so best in show. So this, will you have like some type of voting system? And
we could do like what they do at bigger events. Just have people yell. Make it simple, hey, do you like this racer?
You're gonna yell for 50 racer.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
That's a hard thing to do, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's just going to be kind of a crowd reaction on the best of show.
Okay. And then capture the flag on Saturday. Okay. Death battle on Saturday, and then 5 laps on the 8 track on Sunday, and another death battle on Saturday.
And then there'll be a final battle royale on Sunday as well.
What's the death battle?
It's battle royale is a full
battle royale, just like we did at Earth, where everybody just got back out there and just battled until
except Tripod.
I think who was left at the very end? It was Jim and Pooch.
And
that went on there for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was. I have the video of it of one of the heads going.
Sorry, what's the difference between the death battle and the battle royale? I don't understand.
Not really anything. It's just one last final battle.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically two Okay, 2-1. Okay.
And I'm participating because why the hell not?
Okay. Yeah, I think.
And as far as the
that-
dragster event, that's going to be kind of we're going to see how many show up and probably have a quick bracket race on Saturday with a final winner, and then do the same thing again on Sunday, a quick bracket race with a final winner.
Yeah, and if we don't have enough time, we can always just bracket it down and then have Sunday be the semifinals and the finals or quarterfinals or whatever.
Still a pile of dreams right now.
Yes, but we'll get there.
Okay, so.
Oh, here, you want to show off boxes of Death Racer stuff, Zombie?
He's got more parts for Death Racers.
I'm sure you do.
Than
God, I can't even lift the damn thing.
Than Sam or Michael has.
Dang.
Yeah.
There's one.
Like
that's just one. Hang on, that's just one. I got to move some printers around here.
Yeah, I know how you feel with that. I have to move everything around to work.
Here you go. Here's another one that's clear full.
Oh my god.
This is the special edition one for Polymaker just for this event with the.
Oh, cool! I remember this one.
Yeah.
Let me put it. Can I do like this? Oh yeah.
What's so special about Polymaker?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know that guy
I
that
can't answer that.
keep talking about it.
Well, that's the company that can't name their colors.
Yes.
That now.
Okay, so maybe
that's a company that has rose-colored sunglasses when they're trying to name the color yellow.
So maybe we can do something like this. I will confirm and send it to you, Justin. But maybe like a $500 printers and 10 spool for the final one.
Yeah.
Well, we've also got some gift cards from Fabrico. Let me go check right quick.
Yep. And then Wuxin 3D, they're that local printer company, wants to give away a couple of their red, white, and blue patriotic filament groups. We could always reserve those for the drag racers too.
Yeah. So anything 10.
I got to find the stuff from. Okay, so for Fabrico, for the grand prize, he's going to be giving away a Rook.
Hey, I know what that is.
What's that? I don't know what that is. Explain, Zombie.
It's a bunch of plastic.
Yes.
And then $10 or $100, $50, and $25 gift cards.
Yeah. Can you write that all down, and then Nick, I need you to send that to me because I need to get the site updated. I've been so far behind with my day job.
What did you say? 25. Who is giving away the Rook?
Fabrico, Hector.
Fabrico.
Is that you write this like this?
I think so.
Fabrico.
Fabrico.
And then who is giving away the gift card?
You
Fabrico.
Oh, Fabrico. Also. Okay. And $100, $50, $25 gift card, right, on their web shop.
Yep.
Okay. Anyone else is giving away some stuff?
Yes, Wuxin 3D wants to give away some filament.
One swatch truck.
One swatch truck. And from Zombie, we have a swatch truck. So what was WXN?
WXN.
That'd be cool if I actually made like a really big swatch truck, like a really nice big one.
Right.
WXN, sorry?
WUXN 3D. The only reason I'm letting them do it is because they're local.
Okay, cool. What are they going to give away, sorry?
2 or 3 of their patriotic filament bundles. They're red, white, and blue, plain old filament bundles.
Red, white, and blue? Are they French?
No, they're...
Red, white, and blue is American.
America.
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 America. From America.
America. Yeah, if you can screenshot that and send that to me, Nick.
I don't have Google, but definitely our flag is closer to white, blue, and red than the American one.
Yes.
Ooh.
So, no, we got our lanyards in on Monday. I have a picture, but I think I'm going to save it. I'm going to leave it as a surprise for the event. They look good.
And I have one thing to show off before we switch to our next topic.
Yeah. So it was Dutch. Yeah, Dutch.
Dutch.
So,
Swiss.
so yeah. So that's all the thing, right? Oh, that's pretty big actually. What is?
That's what she
Oh, we have it.
Huh?
Oh my god! When I see
It's
that,
not-
I'm like, oh
it's
my
not
god.
quite accurate, but it's actually, yeah, it's accurate. Is it?
Nice.
Sort of.
Sort
1,
of.
2, 3, 4, 5.
actually-
oh my god, it's gonna be double that.
Yeah. This is
Already, like, this is awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm putting off the 10th one now.
Oh,
That
nice.
looks good.
I
That
think it's
looks
something like
really
that.
good.
It's
It does.
That looks damn good. That is going to make an impressive display.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so,
So-
looking forward. And
It's
yeah,
good height
thanks
too.
thanks again to our community Discord members that really worked hard on this project. Like when I say work hard, I'm talking about like the whole night.
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
people working on that, printing it, the other side of the word, and then confirming and then changing the design on literally the opposite side of the word. So it's
Yeah.
really, really amazing.
Very, very impressive turnaround for quite a really robust model. This is what
Yes.
it ended up turning out to. I'm just going to use my new camera and zoom in. Go. This is the model. Well, this is the front one, but it has these two little interlocking connectors, and then it's designed to print like this, and it actually bridges up. So this whole thing is just a overhang, and
It's very smart.
it works perfect. Yeah. So
Yeah, that
great
turned
job,
out
Nathan.
absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
This is gonna be nice.
Yeah,
We're on a
Of
ton of
course.
those.
all of these 300 scientists was also printed with by the community.
Nice.
So I mean, I'm kind of saying Polymaker didn't do anything, but that's basically
Well, I mean,
that's how it is basically. The whole booth. I mean, when we think about it, the whole booth is designed by the community. The dev
Oh,
race.
are we showing pets? Hold on.
Yeah, pet time.
do I
Sayla,
need to, do I
Roxy,
need to find
come
my
here.
cat?
Yeah, so this is
Hi,
just
Girls,
9 of them. This is
Come
9
here.
of the scientists.
Yeah, can you imagine 300?
300.
Oh, and Zombie. What?
Girls. come here.
So what should we do? Shall we do 12? Should we do 12 line
All right,
and then
here's
we
a
reduce
pet.
the iteration?
Come here.
Nick,
Come here, honey.
There you go.
Ah,
There you
okay.
go. All the pets. There you go.
Nick.
I'm the only one without my pets.
he's big floof.
I
Yes.
can't get the other one out of bed, but here's one of mine.
Look at this fluff.
Say hi.
Look at
Say
him.
hi.
He big
Say
boy.
Say hi.
hi.
Yeah, you good boy.
Okay, pet time. Pet time.
All right.
Nick drinks water out of a beer keg.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for joining, and glad we were able to get this kind of
Yeah.
settled.
I gotta get back to work on this
Yep.
project here.
I
'cause
can
it has
can
to be
hang
done.
if you guys want me to.
No.
We are going to talk about slicers.
Slicers.
and-
Ooh, I can talk about that.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
are-
jump out and watch, guys, because I got to get back to work. That printer there's got to be finished by
I love talking slicer settings.
the time the show starts. So
There's a lot to talk about today.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm
Thank you
in.
so much,
I have work to do, but I can chat while we do it.
at Rocky Mountain.
Yeah.
Yep. we'll see you there.
Thanks again, Scott. Have a good one.
Bye.
I'm literally soldering a 2-into-1 fan wire for my Voron. It sucks.
Nice.
Not really.
Are you printing a scaled up version of the scientist?
Yeah, that low poly one we did the other day. I'm printing that off.
Oh,
Whole thing.
okay, interesting. Let's see how it comes out. We have
Yeah.
a new guest. The camera is not working, so I don't know if I need to wait a
I don't
little
think he
bit.
has a camera.
Who's our
Oh.
new guest?
So please welcome Kyle. Kyle, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Again?
The
Can you
sound-
hear me now?
Yeah.
Let me see. Can I increase your speaker?
Yep, sorry.
Round 2 of soldering.
Okay, can you speak again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I
Okay.
think it's good. Okay. Yeah, sorry for making you waiting. Thank you so much for joining and helping us in our next topic, which will be about profiles. So maybe before I explain what we're going to work on to people watching, would you mind maybe presenting yourself?
So my name's Kyle. I'm one of the co-founders of Zero G. I'm huge in the forum community. I help out a lot there, and I'm starting up a new 3D printer design with my friend Mark.
Are you Kyle? No, you're not her.
No,
You- no.
I'm the other Kyle. I'm Kyle.
Oh,
Taylor.
okay. Sorry, there's so many Kyles.
But I have talked to Hart K though.
Yeah.
So I am a contributor in Voron, so I get to
Nice.
see the stuff that goes behind the scenes.
Oh, on Vorons as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Part of the design team as well, like helping
not-
out designing.
Not the design team, the contributor team. So
Contributor.
making mods and stuff like that.
Awesome. So behind Zero G, you guys are two co-founder, right? I mean,
Yeah, me and Dutch dude.
okay, awesome. Do you have one zombie?
Zero G.
Yeah.
Actually, no, but I have plans to build one shortly.
Cool. Is there a different version? I'm not super aware of the line there. Is that one printer? Is it different models of printers? Is that a printer that you mod a lot or?
Yeah, so for me, for printers, I have a Voron 2.4, Trident Legacy, and a cruise ship bear I modified from a Kivo printer.
Oh, you put
So
bears
I
in?
got my Mercury and 2 VZ bots I built.
Oh, nice. So you build the whole arsenal basically.
Yeah, most of it.
Nice. So, basically today, what we want to talk about is profiles. So everything started with on our Discord. A lot of people are asking for who has a profile for that, who has a profile for this, etc. We started talking about ways we could share profiles, but we quickly ran out into one big question, which is, what's a profile? Right? How do you define a profile? Is that per printer, per materials, per printer plus materials? Is there other factors that comes into account, etc.,
A
etc.?
lot of factors.
A lot of
Yeah,
factors.
and then when someone asks for a profile, then what should we give? Should we ask what printer do you use, what slicer do you use, what material, and then that's good enough to give a profile? Is a profile something that people will have to still tinker for their printer, or can we say that current printer on the market are good enough to handle profiles in general? So all of
A lot
these
of
topics.
questions.
So, yeah, my opinion on that, if you'd let me, is every printer is going to print different. You can get to a point with the profile, but you could put 3 of the same printer next to each other and print all a smidge different.
Yep.
The best thing is to do printer type, Ender 3 Pro, Voron 2.4, Prusa, MK3. Then the material, I tend to do it by like PLA, ABS, PETG, and then I do the carbon fiber versions, and then I do anything specific that I want. So I take those profiles and modify them. And then what was the third one? Per printer, per filament, and
Probably like machine limits.
yeah, machine limits, but you do that
Quality-
by printer,
quality
yeah, and then by
profile
quality. But if you do it like Prusa Slicer, you can send people your whole batch of things. But yeah, Lee says no 2 printers print the same. Trust me.
Yeah.
My 2 Prusas print different. It drives me nuts.
So what if we know there's a lot of factors, right? But
Mhm.
we know also we don't want something perfect, right? Because that's
Right.
impossible. Right? We don't want to.
Correct. We just want to get people close. The problem
what
is with mods,
What if we start by figuring out all the different factors
Mhm.
that would go into profiles, and we'll just rank them into these 2 categories.
Yeah.
important
So obviously filament, material type.
So materials
and
would be,
and filament brand even realistically.
yeah. So filament would be an important factor for you for a profile. So you cannot give a profile of PC for someone that's going to print PLA, which I mean makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So
For most.
what other factors would you highlight?
Max flow rate of the hot end. That
Which-
plays a big factor.
That's one
Or
of my
hot
most
end
important.
type.
Yeah,
Because
hot
not
end type.
everyone's going to be able to figure. Not everyone wants to know about that.
Okay, so the hot end, would you put it in as an important factor or a factor to perfection your
Perfection.
I'd say a bit of both because you
Sure.
have your max flow of your hot end, so you have to print below that. But
But you also
tuning
have
it to
limitations
print in a specific
materials.
range of flow, that's gonna
Yeah.
affect your quality. What do you think,
Okay,
Kyle?
so what you're talking about is so I think Kyle was talking about specifically the hot end flow. So maybe the hot end max flow is an important factor.
Yes.
Then also a huge factor, especially with the Prussian Super Slicer, is your minimum layer time.
Huh?
Is that
Minimum layer time.
Yeah, because the minimum layer time that dictates how fast your cooling system can cool your filament. So if you tune that into what your cooling solution can handle, a lot of cases what that will do is it will limit your printer's speed to within range of what your printer's hot end can maintain. So the flow rate and like the minimum layer time, they play a huge role with each other. So for example, if your hot end max flow rate, say for example it's like 12, but your hot end can only cool like to say 10 millimeters cubed, then your minimum layer time will slow it down for you. So they kind of like you hit a wall one way or another, and that'll basically bring everything else, speed and everything, in line with what your printer.
And now if you have dual cooling, dual 5015s, you can up that minimum layer time or lower it, I mean.
Yep.
And you can cool faster. Like my Voron has dual cooling fans.
Yep.
Because I like cooling.
Yep.
You can't add cooling if you don't have enough fans. You can take
2 fans on a Voron? That's illegal.
Well, Sacco Mighty Minion Sacco made it, so I love it. It works for me.
Okay, filament. The hot end of your printer is important because that's going to define your maximum flow. The cooling of your printer is important because that's going to define your minimum layer time.
Yep.
Do you think a profile with two different layer height is an important factor? Like
No.
people would want to go for a 0.1 or would want to go for a 0.2 for a reason, or people don't really care about the layer height. So we are talking about mainstream here, right?
Yeah, people do care about layer height if they care enough about quality. It all depends on what they're doing.
Yeah. Like for example, I mean can I say the standard is still 2.2?
Yeah.
Can I say with the 0.4 nozzle seems pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, most models are designed with that in mind.
With 0.2 in mind. Okay. So can I say that all the profile, if we want to do something mainstream, should be designed for with 0.2 layer height? Yeah. And then if we want to change layer height, then it would be just if we want a specific profile to print like tiny stuff at 0.1 or a specific profile for high flow hot end at, I don't know, 0.4 layer height or something like this.
Yeah.
So can I consider that just a perfection thing?
Yeah, because for example, if you design a model that has a feature on it that if you increase the layer height, the slicer will ignore it in some cases, which could cause a print to fail.
Mm-hmm. I've had that.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess another important factor is the slicer itself, right? A profile is a file that cannot be imported in any slicer, right? I guess if you export a profile from Cura, I don't know, but I believe you wouldn't be able to import it in Prusa Slicer, for example.
That is correct.
Okay, so I guess the filament, so let's say the slicer is an important factor. So we will have, so that already add a lot, right? Because it means we wouldn't need to have the same profile I mean, not same, but similar settings within the profile, but for different slicer. And what would you say are, from your judgment, the top 3 slicer in North America at the moment?
Kira, Prusa Slicer, Super Slicer, those, and Simplified 3D.
Oh, you would still put Simplify 3D as one of the top 3. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of some of your clientele who do industrial printing still rely on the robustness of Simplified 3D.
I started with Simplified 3D for I think I've used Simplified 3D for my first 4 years before I switched to Cura, and very recently to Prusa Slicer, thanks to Zombie.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I love Simplified 3D as well. And Zombie, would you say the same as the top 3 in North America?
Well, I feel like with the takeover of Bamboo, a lot of people are at least trying out Bamboo Studio. And then, of course, now the Soft Beaver fork called the Orca Slicer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Studio
So
slash
the Bamboo,
Orca Slicer.
How do you call it?
Orca,
ORCA.
ORCA. Orca.
Like the whale. Like Orca whale.
Yeah.
Like this? Okay.
No.
Without the W. Or space between a W and O.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay. So so at least we would need. And is there any way to create a file that would be our profile that is importable by multiple slicer? Or
so, for example, the Bamboo Slicer, Orca Slicer, and the Soft Beaver, all those profiles are interchangeable between all 3. So universal.
What did you say? Soft what?
I think that's how it is. Fever, Soft Beaver.
Okay, and for example, top 3, Cura, Prusa, and Simplified 3D, they cannot interchange
Cura, for example, Cura and Simplified 3D are not interchangeable. You can import Prusa Slicer profiles in the Super Slicer.
But there's extra modifications sometimes you have to make.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So yeah, at the end of the day, we would need 3 different profiles every time.
Yeah, and then I also use Idea Maker, which is different as well.
Yeah, I don't know many people that use.
That's definitely not mainstream.
I love it.
A lot of people already know that. I know a lot of the belt 3D printers use that idea.
Yeah. Well, for me, it takes a lot of the things that Simplify 3D allows you to do and expands on it. Not everything. There's some things Simplify 3D does better, but when they take 3 years to release a V5,
people move on.
Okay, slicers. So filament, slicers, your hot end. So basically, I was about to say the printer is important, but actually it's too vague. What's important in the printer is actually the hot end, the cooling,
The extruder, the extruder gears sometimes make a difference.
Yeah, really.
Sometimes.
Like a properly built printer is a huge factor.
Yeah, making sure that the actual hardware you have on it is going to perform like it should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So extruder, I guess, is also to define max flow, right? That's the important factor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you
Combination
say
of your extruder and hot end?
we always talk about flow rate, not flow rate. What's this? Extrusion multiplier or flow in some slicer, and the E-step. So let me bring that topic back on the table.
Yeah.
Where does that fit into the this profile topic? Where does that
E-steps can't fit because every printer has slightly different E-steps.
So here's my take on it. With E-steps is to have your extruder mechanically move to what it's asked to is one step. But with filament, you have a phenomenon called die swell, where as the filament gets extruded through the hot end, when it comes out the end of the nozzle, it will expand larger, which that is where that's what a slicer will be tuned, where you should not calibrate your extruder for that factor. That'll be a filament profile setting, which will be your extrusion multiplier. So like breaking it down to like mechanically, make sure your extruder is mechanically moving correctly. as well as tune the extrusion multiplier return per filament, because they all have different characteristics.
So you would so the E step for you is, by the way, Zombie, I'm really not looking at the chat, so if you don't mind, if there is any question that I'm missing.
They're
So,
operating today.
sorry, Kai. So the E step for you, you define it as
Like move
so,
the relative distance.
like how do you test it? Like how do you test to find your E step? Maybe that would define how do you define it? Yeah.
So it depends on firmware. So with different firmwares, like for example, with Marlin, it's E steps. With Clipper, you're looking at rotation distance.
Okay.
They can be converted between each other with a formula, but the tuning is very similar between the two of them, as there is a few tools online now where you can basically put in what your current value is in your firmware, put in how much of a distance you told it to extrude, and how much you have left over, and it'll automatically calculate your new value for you, which does make the process very easy for beginners.
And how do you do that test? Like, do you do the filament stuff, or do you do what do you do?
So generally speaking, is if it's possible, you would ideally you want to extrude in the open air, but direct drive it's not so practical. So you want to extrude at a very low speed, so that the nozzle is not impacting your results.
Okay, and are you, because I know some people are doing reverse extrusion, so that it doesn't take into account the nozzle. They just put the filament and then they reverse.
Yep, that's if you have enough space if you have 120 millimeters between, or 100 between your nozzle and your
yeah. Good point.
Yeah,
okay.
That would be practical. But if you just keep it at like say 2 millimeters a second extrusion speed, it's very slow. So the nozzle would play a very small role in that factor.
Okay. So ideally, and then, so what happens if you change filament? So are you recalibrating the E step, because depending on the filament, it will chew more or less the filament, so the result might be different?
So that's a good point. So with filaments, ideally you want to use a high quality filament, which in the last 2 years, the average accuracy of filament has gone up quite considerably, where now it's less than a 1% difference across the whole spool in some cases. So that doesn't really play a factor as much as it used to in the past, where filament could widely change in diameter throughout a spool. It's pretty consistent at this point.
My meaning was more from one material to the other, like a TPU with ABS or a PLA.
What I do between all my printers is I use the same type of filament for every single printer, and I calibrate my E-steps based on the same method. So ideally, the hardware is calibrated for the material. Yeah, mechanically, so that if I switch to, let's say, a softer material, the flow difference should be similar in every printer, and then you compensate for that in the slicer with your extrusion multiplier.
Okay. So now going back to profile, does that mean depending on how that person has calibrated its each step, that then the profile would have a different flow?
In a perfect world, no. If extruder is properly calibrated and your flow rates are at a reasonable level, between two printers, the extrusion multiplier should be very similar with the same material.
Okay. So, but that's if people are calibrating their E-step in the same way, which is the filament way. Okay. Yeah. And theoretically, right now in our community, what would you say? Would you say like 99% of the people test the E-step in the same way, or have you seen some other way of testing the E-step?
There's many ways I've seen people test it. Some people will basically round it to a near number that might be close to what it does, and then they'll correct it in the slicer instead of fully tuning the extruder to be perfect.
And a lot of people don't heat up their hot end enough So
Yep.
they might try to do their E-steps at 200 Celsius,
which is
which
not
is going to provide a lot more restriction than what I test at is like 230 with PLA
Yeah.
to
Yep,
remove
so
any restriction.
Yeah, so in perfect world, you want to be extruding in the open air with your extruder. In ideal world.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay, so we know. Okay, so we know people are. So yeah. So how does that affect our profiles then? Let's say you make a profile with ABS and you realize that our ASA. I will take this example because it's a real life example, and I know most of our ASA profile has a smaller extrusion multiplier.
yeah,
and
you do around like 0.92 typically.
Yeah, and if we share that profile to someone else that has extruded, that has calibrated each step with I don't know, a 200-degree, will that affect a lot or?
Yes. So I feel like for these profiles, for like say we have a calibration procedure we offer to people where like you heat your hot end to this set point because this is a temperature that it's been calibrated across multiple machines. So the flow characteristics are similar across all printers. So they all heat the same temperature and they extrude all at the same speed and they measure the same method. Then I feel like that would really bring the results across multiple machines more within like less than a 1% difference between all of them, which at that point they're splitting hairs when it comes to quality.
Okay. So what you're saying is
Have
it
a
is
size temperature.
it is pretty much impossible to create a profile that would be good enough for someone else. If we will have anyone that would import a profile would still have to go for at least one calibration process. Is that what you're saying?
At least make sure they're calibrated their extruder, and we just have, if you were, say for example you're printing like Pilot Light ABS for example, heat your hot end to 260, extrude at this speed, or we can just provide them a G-code file to print, which will do the distance and everything and set the speed for them. And so all printers will be moving the extruder and heat it to the same exact temperature, and then they'll calibrate their extruder accordingly. So then the profile should, in theory, be the same across all these printers.
I mean, for the printers, yes. But if we're talking about a community sharing profiles, like let's say I go on Discord and then I get Ender S1 Polylite PLA profiles.
Mm-hmm.
So do I need to recalibrate the flow in that profile, or if someone else has used it with the same printer as I have with the same materials, I can assume that the profile will work very similar?
There is ways to do that. So if we have since it's a large community, right, with many similar printers with similar setups, we could just have a average across all the printers for what the flow rate comes out to, and then that could root out any outliers that may have a potential issue with their printer.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, because I'm trying to find a way to make people's experience much better with 3D printing. So I would like them to go on our sharing platform, whether it's Discord or another one, get the profile of that particular filament on that particular printer, assuming that it's not a custom printer. So we don't care about hot end, extruder, cooling. We assume we know that stock printer.
Correct.
And we want them to put the profile, import the STL, literally click slice right away and print, and then it comes out nice. Okay. So this is the best experience, right?
Yes.
Does it make sense? Does it make sense to include the most popular printers at the time? Instead, you mean like Prusa Mark III, Ender 3S1?
I guess
other printers.
I guess that's going to be some of the first profiles that will be shared, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, the Prusa Mark III, people are printing with our TPU 95, for example, and he found a really nice profile. Then he shared it. Theoretically, anyone with the Mark III will be able to enjoy the same quality as what that person developed it, right? Or within a certain tolerance, I understand, but I think it should be pretty close. Am I correct?
Yeah, that'd be correct. Assume.
Okay. So for stock printers, that kind of solved the problem. If we name the printer and we mention, okay, I did that profile on the stock SV06, for example, then anyone with a stock SV06 theoretically should be able to import that profile on their slicer, etc., etc. So when it comes to custom printer, they will have to care about, okay, I have the same, for example, I have the same Rook with the same hot end, same extruder, and same cooling system. Is that these three will define that I can use the same profile?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It makes things clearer.
Filament wise, if you're talking about printer profiles, then I might be using a more powerful stepper motor at a higher current, so my acceleration can go higher.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But acceleration is not in the firmware.
Well, here's the thing, Zombie. If you have more powerful steppers, for example, the minimum layer time that would be for the general consensus among multiple printers would cap your speeds, anyways. So you would never really. Yeah, it would be within reason.
Yeah.
Because it would slow down. Because you could go faster, but
would you have to assume that the printer profile will have the settings limited to what it can physically hit?
Yeah, because that's normally what the minimum layer time and flow rate will rein your speeds back in.
Right.
Lee is saying, I think it would be better to teach users to tune their printer. Actually, Lee, my thought on that is almost the opposite. We actually tried that way before. We tried to find, we actually, in our PIS before, we had a calibration print, etc. But you would be surprised how the mainstream want something that is like plug and play, like literally plug and play. If you ask them to do one step before printing, it's already very, it's too much. And that's the reason why profiles is so important, because if we are able to give them something that will make the printer plug and play with a certain materials, that's a no-brainer. And that's why we have this discussion today. If we are able, like someone just built their Voron, and then someone else has a Voron, has already printed with ABS. Let's say Bob has a super good profile for ABS. We would like that new guy that built the Voron download the ABS profile, because he has the same hot end, extruder, and cooling setup, and then he has a perfect first experience. I printed my first model. I'm so happy. I'm sharing with others, and I'm inspiring more people to get into 3D printing because it was easy. Because people, we are all looking for easy stuff, right? That's how we are designed to be, right?
And that's actually an interesting point about like the Voron with the profiles. Is because I help quite a bit out in the voice channels in Voron. And
yes, thank you.
Normally I normally have them download Andrew Ellis's PIF profile, which is a very well-tuned profile for Vorons. And if they're been having issues with printing normally, that usually actually helps me troubleshoot physical issues with the printer, because then we can look at a known working profile that has worked across countless other printers, but it's having issues on theirs. And it normally comes down to a few things where normally it's a mechanical issue with their printer is preventing them from printing at the best quality.
Yeah, and that's actually a very good point, because we also have some customers, for example, that are printing on a regular printers, popular printers, and they have issues. And when we ask them their setting, it should work, right? And if we have a way to confirm, okay, that profile is basically used by a large amount of people without issue, and that particular person has an issue, that would be much easier for us to think about, mechanical troubleshooting instead of maybe the slicing is not good. Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. I haven't thought about that. That would really improve the troubleshooting.
Yeah, because then you could have a catalog of pictures of people you helped who have used your profile, and you can have a catalog of what the issues present as and the solutions.
Yeah. Very, very good point. Very good point. What are the standard settings for every printer? Tactile 3D, what are the standard setting for every printer? I'm not sure I understand the question. But by the way, sorry if I'm missing some of the question. Whatever is in your slicer informs the profiles, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if we continue there, let me think. If we had to, the idea we had was on our Discord, we would open a forum basically, and then each post would be a slicer profile, and then people would go on that forum and they can type, their printer and the 3 and then PLA.
You have it pinned, or you have them pinned as the profile download.
Well, we're gonna end up with a lot of profile. I mean, we have. I don't know if you're familiar with our portfolio, but we have 30 different formulas of PLAs, and
Yes,
I don't know how many of others, and then there is how many printers. I think we have
At least 5.
yeah, but I think on our Discord, I think we have 45 representative of different printers, and so anyway, the idea was. Let me show you. Oh, sorry, I don't have my VPN activated. But at the top of the forum, there is a search, like the same as creating a post. And then my idea was when people go and say, and the 3 PLA, then it would automatically show all the slicer that are for the Ender 3 PLA. Well, theoretically, there should be only one if they type the actual filament. So that was the idea. And the idea was the only way we could make this work is that the title is well designed, and then people can find it easily. Like it has to have filament name, slicer name, etc. So my next question is, how can we design a title, a template title for each of the posts? And also, why I want to post is because the slicer will be on that post, and then people can share their result with that slicer, and maybe that particular profile will evolve over time. I don't know.
So this person's like, my coolant isn't keeping up with this color on this material, so everyone could vote to say, hey, bring the coolant up a little bit more, or the bed temperature might be a little bit too hot because another thing that is that we're not really looking at is environment.
Good point.
In a hot, very warm room, like 70 degrees Fahrenheit, PLA is going to print different in that versus a room that's 65. So the bed temperature would be different.
From your experience, how the environment temperature, would you consider that as an important factor? Like when you go from 20 to 25 degrees, that's a huge difference.
That could be the difference between a success and a failure, to be honest.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So let's record that as well.
Yeah, because what happens is with air temperature, your bed's surface temperature will change because the air will dissipate more of that heat faster. So your surface temperature, because your bed is measuring the temperature from underneath, typically. And you're printing on the actual surface. So we get delta of up to 20 degrees in some situations where if your room is really, really, really low temperature, your surface may only be 50 C, but the material might need 70 for a proper heat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another good topic.
Okay, so does that mean it's important to mention in the notes of that post at what was the environment temperature the slicer, the profile was developed in?
Yes, that'd be a very good thing to rule out if someone's environment was really cold.
And if they're using enclosure.
And if they're using enclosure, that plays a factor too. Yeah, so was it open air? Was it enclosed? And what was their temperature of their room at the time?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Like enclosure or not, right?
Yeah, so enclosure or open. Yeah, enclosure and room temperature. Okay.
So,
Brixie Nixie, we did talk a bit about E-steps earlier. I guess this is going to be under the assumption that the E-steps is tuned per, I guess, a provided instruction manual. Maybe I can make a video on it or something.
Okay. Yeah, we actually, I think we have a whole Printbusters on Flow and eStep, if you guys are interested.
Yeah.
Okay, so
PTSD.
what do you think is the most important? Like, what should be at the beginning of the title? Would it be the printer?
Yeah, printer, the material.
Printer, 3D printer, material, and then in the note, I guess if it's a custom printer,
Yep.
I guess would have to put hot end name, I guess, or model or something like this.
Yep, hot end model. Bed surface material.
Oh, that's a good point. Bed surface. Bed surface. So sorry. So these. So
Yeah.
this is only for custom
I
printer.
have to print 10C higher on that printer than I do like the Voron because of the type of bed I have. I have an extra glass sheet in there, which reduces the temperature by about 10C. It's kind of insane.
Because of the difference in the bed
Because
surface?
of how thick the bed is. By the time it gets to the top, the temperature isn't quite what it's reading at the bottom.
Okay, so okay, so let's say we focus on stock printer first. So we have the 3D printer, then
Yep.
the material,
And then,
so I will put filament.
yeah, and then environment variables.
Okay, so this I would put it in the node, I think.
Yeah.
Room
Room temp, and then
MakerBees does say the nozzle too. That's probably
room
the biggest
temp-
difference.
so I would put like
between-
room temp / open air, and then enclosed / so for like the temperature range. So if it's a room temperature, that would be a different temperature. And if they have an enclosed printer, then it'd be like what the enclosure temperature was.
Okay.
So room temperature or enclosure temperature. So it'd be like an or kind of thing.
Oh yeah, okay. I get what you mean. So, yeah, for me, room temperature means the temperature around the print, whether it's enclosed or not. But
Yeah,
we'll
well, yeah, because if it's enclosed, it kind of like makes, or it's not really relevant if it's enclosed because the air temperature around it doesn't play a factor anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe a quick question because I saw that somewhere in the chat, but someone was talking about nozzle. So I'm assuming that if we are talking about stock printer, that includes the nozzle, right?
Yes.
Is that
Actually, that's a really great point. So here's so with slicers, what you generally want to do is set like serial profile. You want to use percentages in like the actual print settings. So that way in the printer settings that are specific to the machine, they would just have to change the nozzle diameter and then everything else will be recalculated accordingly. So you wouldn't have to redo the whole profile.
Oh, you were talking about nozzle diameter. I thought you was talking about nozzle, if it's a hardened nozzle or if it's a brass nozzle. Oh yeah, I haven't thought about
It does matter too. Yeah, because brass nozzles and hardened steel nozzles, there's on average you want to print 10 degrees hotter for a hardened steel versus a brass. And that seems to ring true across many people I've helped.
Yeah, I for me it's about 5, but
Yeah.
I'm also running all metal hot ends and mostly enclosed printers. So
Yeah.
Okay, so would this nozzle size deserve to be in the title? If someone is looking for Ender 3 PLA and he end up on the 0.8 after clicking, then
That
should
would,
he
yeah,
definitely.
That's a big one.
size here? Okay, so 3D printer, filament, nozzle size.
Mhm.
Would that be a good title? And then basically when people type Ender 3 PLA blah blah, they will have a list of Ender 3 PLA with nozzle size.
Yep.
And just for reference, if you're doing this in the forum, this would be under probably the tag. I'm guessing we'd add tags for some of this stuff. I'm not sure what.
I think the tags. I don't. Let me try to. So let me try to reactivate my VPN and see.
My little Nick.
Let me try.
So currently
if I-
building my
if
rook.
I'm-
Neva hammer's
yeah,
coming in handy.
Ah, yes, the hammer of Nima.
Yeah. Should I take that with me to Earth or Rocky Mountain?
I think you should, because I feel like that's a very useful tool.
It is. I've built many printers with it. Actually, this is gonna be like I have a holder just for the thing in the back. It helps it weigh down too. Extra purposes.
Yeah, multi-purpose.
Okay, it's not. Let me just shut down this.
Chewy just asked if you have any Rook updates.
Any Rook updates? So we're currently working with Gulsifer to redesign the Rook base. This is an update or a beta version. It's going to contain the power supply and whatever control board we put in there.
Is that the barracks?
It's a modified. No, it's not, but it's a similar concept.
Yeah.
So it's going to go on the base like this.
Nice.
I cannot make my VPN working, so I cannot disconnect to Discord. But I mean, you. Let me think. Yeah, sorry, it's just not working. I will just continue sharing this way. But anyway, you get what I mean. Like at the top, they can already write what I think the tags for now is not necessary in a way that they won't be able. They won't need it. So what I'm expecting is they start typing something, and all the slides, all the different profiles will start to filter by themselves. Actually, the searching tool of Discord is not bad. Is pretty good actually. The only thing I need to check is whether it takes in consideration the message as well. You know, when you post, you have a title and you have a first message. Come again?
Oh, if the search will actually read the notes as well.
Oh, okay, perfect. So that's even perfect. If someone really want to go into details, I have a PEI sheet on my Ender 3. Then it will only show all the profiles that have Ender 3 on the PEI sheet and maybe PLA and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's perfect. So, okay, let's continue. So title.
Maybe long term, this can be a bot too. We can kind of have the bot do some type of search or something where you give it what you want and then it extracts the keywords and then searches.
We can do like a slash command if you're looking for a profile. Then it'll give you options for printers as you start typing. And then maybe
just type in a bunch of stuff and then it's able to maybe get rid of some of the garbage, because if you type in too much, then it might not show up.
Yeah.
Okay. What would be the advantage of the bot compared to what the forum is doing? Like you type a bunch of stuff and it's giving
combination, maybe. I don't know what the bots can do. That's
okay.
Yeah, just another way of searching.
Yeah, there is pretty powerful like bots. We just do a / and then you put like a command like you're looking for a profile. And then it'll be like, okay, then you can start typing your printer, and then it'll give you a list of all the options for the printers. And you can have those go search through all the forums and then present all the lists to you as options.
Okay. So it's okay, I understand. Yeah. So actually, we have one of the mods that can develop bots as well. He's developing our ticketing system. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would make it really easy to find it fast.
Okay, so for stock printers, so the title. So let me give an example on here, and I will put it in red. So for example, Creality. Yeah, it's also when I say 3D printer and how. So 3D printer is the brand plus the model, I assume. Because how many Ender 3 there is? Is Ender 3 one printer, or is
all
I need
of them?
Yeah, like the Ender 3, Ender 3 Pro.
Ender 3 is the size at this point, so it's like the size of the printer.
Yeah, I think there's like at least like 15 different Ender 3 variants at this point.
Okay, so maybe
like the Neo, the V2, the S1, S1 Plus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for this I know, but at least they have a name. My meaning was if someone typed Creality Ender 3, let's say S1, because that's the one I have. So if someone typed this, supposedly mine is also Ender 3 S1. We should have exactly the same, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that was what I was afraid is when people say Ender 3, let's say it's really called Ender 3, like the original, then it means it's Ender 3. Everyone has the same Ender 3. If they don't have the same, then most likely it's a Pro or an S1 or blah, blah, blah. Okay,
because with the different Ender series at this point is now they got ones with better cooling than the stock Ender 3s. Like that.
Okay.
Like that's one's got better cooling than the the original Ender one.
And the direct drive versus Bowden, that's going to make a huge difference
Yeah,
just by
like-
itself.
because if they use an S1 profile on a regular one, they're gonna have massive stringing, and
Yeah.
and if they do it the other way around, then they could clog their hot end.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, at least when they change something, then at least they give it another name, and hopefully people will use the actual model name.
Yep. So
Because
that's
if I have an S1 and I call it Ender 3, then it's very confusing for everyone, right?
yes.
Okay. So let's say they use the right name, and that's the key. The key is in the title and the notes. The key is in title and the notes. So that's the part that if it's not managed well or moderated well, then there is no use, because people's going to download profile that doesn't work. So that's going to be the opposite. People's going to have a bad experience
Yes.
with profiles. So we really need. So that's the reason why maybe at the beginning, we only a certain number of people will be able to share profile. Like you have to contact these people to share your profile, and then they will write it properly, something like this.
What if you have like a few members who will basically send your profile to a trusted member in the community? They can
Well,
they can report it, review it, make sure
we can.
there's certain settings like retraction and nozzle size and like that kind of things are in line with what they set their printer is.
Then
We can use the
within-
ticketing
sorry.
system.
am I
Yeah,
dropping? So within
Yeah, we can just use a ticketing system. So someone submits a ticket with their printer profile, and then it gets reviewed by the team. Same thing you would do
Oh,
for
yeah, yeah.
getting a serial for your printer.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Maybe the part that I think is a little bit too much is testing it. I don't think the
No.
mods or whoever are going to do that have to test. I think the role would only be to post it in the forum properly with the right template, etc. And then if it's not a good profile, then people will just say it in the post, right? They will say, okay, I tested it, but I have all of these issues, blah, blah, blah. So something like this. So
You need to have people test that have the printer in that profile too. If they don't have the printer, then they can't test it.
Mm-hmm.
You can still load it though, and kind of see if it looks decent.
and we can
So-
have in the forum, we can have like thumbs up, thumbs down, this kind of thing, and then you can judge if
Yeah.
there's mutual profile. Because there's another thing is, we recently realized that for some particular colors, it could deserve a new profile, right?
Yeah.
Like this story about the white. Some people think that the white is this way, blah, 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 and they want a different profile for white compared to PLA black. So we could even have this. So do you think, actually, that's another point. Do you think we should clearly mention what filament was used for the development of that profile? I mean, not only the brand, but the actual, I use PLA Pro from Polymaker and the black one, for example.
Yeah, that does matter because generally speaking, with most manufacturers, they'll typically choose a resin and a color that's within a range and will act similar to their whole lineup. But obviously, white is the outlier there because of the pigment that has to be used. Because because titanium dioxide acts different than other pigments.
Okay. Yeah, then we will record that as well. And yeah, I really like what you said last time, Kyle. I think that's gonna help so much in troubleshooting. Like right now, I usually send a new spools when someone has an issue to remove the factor of the spool. But now, if someone has a problem using a profile that we are sharing, there's no question. I can directly send a new spool. It might be something with the spool. If it's not the spool, then it's the printer, and it's very straightforward. There is no in between. So, Builders Mark, to answer your question, are you basing that all the printers of that printer line are built equally? Yes, Builders Mark. I think we have to make this hypothesis at least good enough, at least consistent enough, so that they can use the same profile. If it's an Ender 3 S1, I make the hypothesis that all the Ender 3 S1 are built equally. Because if I start saying, mine was built in 2021 batch and mine in 2022 batch, I think that's a bit too hard, I think.
Yeah.
I use the same profile for all my Polymaker Polylite PLAs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you have to have a different profile for all the colors, right? But I'm just saying, if we have a profile and we have in that post, we notice that we have a bunch of people that has issue with white, for example, then we may just release a white profile or something like this.
Yeah.
But okay, so it would be something like Reality and V2, and then I don't know, Polylight, PLA Pro, and then nozzle size 0.4 millimeter.
And then the slicer.
Oh, yeah, good point. I forgot
Sorry
that.
to interrupt, guys. I do need to hop off. I will
Okay.
probably see most of you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah, very,
We'll
very
see you
soon.
there. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, we'll see who's coming to Remurf in 2 weeks.
I'll be at Murph.
Yes.
Are you
Awesome.
going to Murph, Justin? Or you
No, I'm organizing it, so I'm not gonna go.
going- Oh,
No,
wait,
Murph.
I'm one of the organizers.
for Murph, not Rocky Mountain.
For Rocky Mountain, yes, but Murph, no. Murph, I will be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be one of my friends will be at Hector's booth.
Nice. Well, I'll be around, getting in on Thursday. So,
All right.
Awesome.
all right. See you
Thanks
guys.
again, thanks again for your help, Justin. Have a good one.
See you guys.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so yeah, Kyle, you're right. I completely forgot the slicer, so maybe I should put Cura here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be something, and then we would have I don't know, a 0.6 and something like this.
Yep. And then you have the notes underneath that.
Yeah, and then we have the notes every time, and then if someone start to type ender, then all of this will appear already, and we might have I don't know, we might have Twilight PLA, we might have some ender with Preflex CPU, etc., etc. Yeah, that's very good. And I know, for example, that Medic has a very good profile for the Bamboo Lab X1C, I believe, and that's going to be how do you call it? Is the slicer called Bamboo Studio?
That's correct.
Okay, and then he has a really nice profile for Twilight Lightweight PLA.
Oh, is that the one that foams up?
Yes, it's passive foaming. Yeah,
Yeah.
not the active one, not the one that foams during the process. One that is pre-foam and you just print it manually.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, and then someone start to type Bamboo, and you have all the Bamboo profile. Okay, yeah. Sounds, oh my god, I'm so looking forward to having this. And okay, so I think for the title that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Why am I spending time on the template is because once we start, we're gonna have like a fair amount of profile, and if we change the template, then we have to go back to all of them to change the title. So I want to make sure we have a starting point that will last at least the next year. 3D printer, slicer, filaments, nozzle size. Okay, I think it sounds pretty good. Anything else that you guys would add in the title or in the note? In the note, we have the bed surface that was used,
Yeah.
the room temperature, whether it's enclosed or open, the nozzle. Well, the nozzle size now is in the title,
Yeah.
and then the actual filament that was used. Maybe I should put that at the beginning.
B wheels versus a good motion system.
For custom printers, then this is stock printer. Then the custom printer, I guess that's a different story. We'll have to do that. But stock printers, can we confirm that, or is there anything? Let me go. Filament slicer. Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because anything. Yeah, because I was gonna mention like for on Enders, a lot of people put the micro Swiss hot in, and they might consider that printer stock still, because the hot end is really that different.
Okay, so maybe we do need some information about the nozzle just in case, because yeah, that was my question. Like, I think the nozzle is very specific, right? Because it's something you can change but still consider as stock, right?
Yeah, so like nozzle type.
Okay, yeah, let's put nozzle type then. Okay, yeah, good point. Same for the bed surface. Like sometimes we change the bed surface, like we put a PEI sheet, for example, on I don't know, glass plate or whatever.
Or you do like the what is that, the texture glass, the
Yeah,
what's called It has like the
Carboranium.
carboranium, that one. Yeah, some printers will come with that. Some will come with because I know some are coming with flex plates now that are still the stock printer, but they just offer it as like a pro option, but it's just a bed surface upgrade.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. All the thing related to bed and nozzle, we can still call it stock. I mean, not we can, but I think majority of people will still call it stock. So we have to be doing that. Okay. So let me think. Is there anything else that people would like to know to make sure that the profile can work on their printers? I think we are pretty much there. Do we need to do anything about?
Maybe so, like for validation, maybe we choose a standardized STL to print, so we know what it should look like and how it should be printed. Maybe.
I think we know what this one looks like at this point.
Yeah.
So maybe a scientist for all the profiles. You need, if you want to upload a profile, you have to have a picture of the scientist that was used
with it.
Yeah, because that shows a lot of cooling with the skirt, a lot of fine details. It does show wall quality as well.
Yeah. So need picture of the print, multiple angles under good lighting.
Yeah, maybe we can define the angles too, like
like front, top, left,
so
right,
like
rear.
this angle right here, and then this angle like that, probably.
Yeah. Good idea. Bob, the retraction will be within the profile itself. I don't think we need to. However, there is another one. Is there a possibility that you have a profile that is? Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think. Is there a profile that could be more designed for quality, surface quality, and a profile that could be more designed for a draft print, like something quick?
Yeah. So the biggest thing I found that can save a lot of time or greatly improve your print quality is the outer wall speed and acceleration. So if you're going for quality, I would set down to like 30 and like maybe 500 acceleration. Extremely slow, very low speed, because outer wall, that's what you visually see, right?
I do 40 on every single profile ever, unless I'm doing a specific speed profile.
Would that make sense in the note to have maybe some type of a small description, for example, and just maybe a few words from the creator that says, designed for strength or layer adhesion or speed or something like a few words that gives the spirit of how the profile was designed for.
I
like that.
Okay. Pictures. I think that's pretty cool. Let me think. How many pictures can we put on the post itself? Is that only one or multiple? No, I think it's multiple. Yeah, we can put multiple.
Yeah, I think there's not a limit on images on a post. Oh wait, no, I think it's 10.
10. Okay. It should be well enough. Should be well enough then. And I think we can only put one emotes as default. Like we can have a thumbs up emotes by default, and when people like the profile, then they just
thumbs up.
And then when I type, for example, I type ender, and there is multiple profiles, then I just go for the one that has
the highest upvote, basically.
Yeah. Good idea. Okay, description, nozzle type. Are we getting closer here?
Yeah, I think this is starting to fletch out pretty good.
Yeah. Room and close. Okay, let's have one more thinking before moving to custom printers. Let me think. I have this. Okay, and then I think
I got one. Yeah. The type of Bowden tube used, because I know a lot of people, they'll swap it out to like what's this stuff called? Capricorn.
Yeah.
Do you
affect mostly Bowden printers, but
mostly Bowden, they'll swap out the Capricorn, which in most cases, if it's a stock printer, which should be fine, you shouldn't Bowden, because I'm trying to think. Yeah, because for Bowden, when it comes like say stock tube versus Capcorn, if it's a stock hot end on the ender, which is typically Bowden lined, that will not cause issues at all. Now, if they
Okay.
upgrade the hot end, say to a micro Swiss with Capcorn, then that can actually cause your hot end to clog because you have to go all the way. So typically on most Crown machines that are Bowden, it's typically 6 millimeters of retraction distance. If you go to Capricorn on a micro switch, which is it's a very common upgrade path that probably thousands of people have done at this point,
First thing I did.
and that normally brings it all the way down to around 1 to 2 millimeters retraction distance. There's a considerable difference.
Okay. Are you going, Gourmet Crib? Are you going to go that granular? Well, that's what we're discussing now. Shall we?
How granular it should be.
Yeah. Bowden.
Because Bowden on stock hot end, not an issue. Bowden on custom hot end.
Oh, okay. So that could be a discussion more for the custom printers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to express my thoughts on that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, custom printers, I guess, will involve much more. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we can. Maybe we can start on this. I was just thinking about like, maintenance of your printer, this type of thing. But I think that's gonna be in the troubleshooting. If someone is using a profile that has proven itself and he has some type of issue, then we can easily know, I don't know, tighten your belt or partial clog, change your nozzle or blah, blah, blah. So,
or string in, you need to, your Bowden tube needs to be repaired. Like, because what happens is the Bowden tube will get burnt at the tip, which will cause stringing and obviously partial clogs too.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be so good because now when someone has an issue with stringing, for example, then we are all about retraction and temperature, dry your filament, etc. But if someone is using a particular profile that is proven to be working, then that solves already a lot of things, right? We can already focus
basically down to 2 steps. Really, it's did you dry your filament, because that's important, and how long you been running your printer? When was this printer, like, how long you been running this hot end setup? Because if they're on a stock hot end and they've been printing say 700-800 hours, then yeah, that narrows it down to one thing if the filament's dry. It's very easy to troubleshoot.
Yeah, good point. And so that brings me to a question. Do we need, for example, if we have a profile, let's say for PS6 CF on whatever, a bamboo.
Yeah.
And when we make the profile, should the creator say, I dry my spool for 8 hours at 70 degrees C, for example?
Yes. Dry. Because dry filament definitely plays a pretty big factor in print quality too.
Okay. So maybe if there is anything, then dried at 70 degrees C for 8 hours, for example. Okay, got it. Yeah. So actually, now I'm trying to see what we are trying to do. We are trying to make sure that people that arrive here have the best information to replicate the result. Like if they want to get the same scientists, high quality scientists that they see on the picture, then they have to do all of that.
Yep.
Right?
So go down a list. Have you make sure your extruder's calibrated? Is your filament dry? And then once they have, say we have like a pre-requested list of things that should be done to your printer before running this profile. Make sure your printer's in its best possible shape, because printer maintenance is important and should be a considered factor. Because I know some people, they'll run a printer hundreds of hours without ever doing any kind of maintenance on it, and all of a sudden run into issues.
How important are E-steps for a stock printer? Do everyone that buy a stock printer needs to do the E-step calibration?
Not necessarily. If it's a consumer printer that you can buy like online from a manufacturer, I feel like you should, if they leave the extruder, if it's a stock extruder, stock hot end, stock everything, then they all should act the same.
Okay, and basically it should be print and go, right? Okay.
Yeah, because I think these steps would be more something on the custom printer side of things that should be more critical.
I think extruder tension is going to be a bigger play than changing or calibrating your E-steps from factory value.
Yeah, and the Crowley extruder does give you a little bit of adjustability there.
Yeah, most extruders you can adjust a little bit of tension. So you have too much tension, maybe you're under extruding. You don't have enough tension, maybe you're either over extruding or then just skipping.
Yeah.
Where okay, so where should that be? The extruder tension, is that too granular to put it on the stock printer, or for example?
I think that's probably like in the calibration or guide. For instance, like this is like a checklist before you do any of this. Make sure this is checked, this is checked, this is checked. Yeah, so the pre-requested lists.
Yeah, kind of like a pre-flight before you do this print.
Okay.
Like, just make sure all your ducks in a row, that everything's where it should be. Everything's just the minimums that you should always have your printer, at least to this degree of readiness. You know, make sure your bed is clean.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we can have a pin post on that forum. That is a pre-requested list, blah blah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Do all this before you start to print. You know, make sure your extruder gear is properly tensioned, clean. Make sure you've wiped your bed down. Stuff like that. Just general print maintenance that you should just do between prints, anyways.
Yeah. Okay. And that brings me to another idea for a pin post is how to import profile, because I know sometimes there is some question on how to import it. Like they download, it's on their computer. What's the next step?
Oh, so have like because I know on Cura, and Cura's a little more challenging because you had to do like the factory file and stuff like that.
Yep, actually does a model import now for his profile. So you just you open a model and imports all the settings.
Oh, that's really good.
You save it.
Yeah, with Prusa Slicer and Super Slicer, it's just a single image where you can just have the menus where you have to navigate to all broken out. And it just shows arrows. Click here, dialog opens, navigate to the file, and then click open, and then it's open.
Yeah. I think we're going to have one pin post. I mean, nobody can write in that post, but we'll just have the tutorial straight inside.
Yeah, just how to bring in each file.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And maybe also how to export, because maybe some people want to really share their profiles, but they don't know what file to export and what to share. Some people go for the 3MF directly and share the whole thing.
Yeah. So I think for Super Slicer and Prusa, it's an INI file. Cura, it can be a .factory file. Simplified 3D is a .fff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Before I forget, with clean bed, also bed adhesive. Glue stick, hairspray, so many different types.
I think that's going to be in the bed surface, right? What did I use? PEI? Did I use PEI with glue stick, or
note that they should include it.
Because PI with glue stick, that's what you use for your nylons.
So I would assume it should be there.
Yeah, with hairspray, that'd be for your pet cheese, so it doesn't stick too much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we have something.
Oh, another thing. What type of PEI? Is it smooth or textured?
Smooth
texture. Good point. So we'll have to go. Good point. So for each of them, we'll have to go accurate. If it's the filament, what brand, what type, and then what color, and 1.75, 2.5, I guess is defined here, kind of. But have you dried it also? And then bed surface, what exactly bed surface you have. So each of these points will have to go as precise as we can.
Because that'll really help.
Yeah, nozzle type, for example, brass is good, but if we can have which brand, if you have it. Is it the stock brass nozzle that come with the printer? Is it a new one you bought from blah blah blah?
Yeah, because I know the most popular ones you'll see will be like Micro Swiss,
Mhm.
and it's the most popular I know as an upgrade.
This is a coated.
Yeah, Micro Swiss. Yep, that's what a lot of people will buy as a
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's why this has definitely, we need a ticketed system where people submit their profile and information, and then we'll have to filter and ask, okay, this information, can you give me more information, blah, 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 and then it can be posted. Because this type of template is way too much to being followed by a community in general.
Well, you don't think that's pretty straightforward?
yeah.
Right?
Honestly. So what if there was some type of Google form
Like a Google
or
form, yeah.
or a
Like
Microsoft
with-
form?
Well,
Oh,
even with Microsoft Form, because I'm using that for giveaway, and you cannot imagine what type of like when I ask the SKU of a product and they write PLA, or when I ask which country and they tell me Texas, or this kind of thing. Like even when you have a form,
Wait, Texas is a country.
don't you know?
really? But yeah, so at least at the beginning, I think we need to keep this under control. Otherwise, people will not enjoy. I want people to realize the power of that tool first,
Mhm.
and then maybe we open it slowly to more people. And because when you have somewhere clean and you put trash inside, you feel bad. When you have something with a lot of trash and you put another trash, you don't feel bad. So I want to create a clean environment so that people will feel bad if they don't follow the template, because that's going to be like a trash inside something clean.
Yeah, because what would be really nice is if there's a way to implement this where it basically all the different, like, because you already know all your different filaments, all the different brands, or all your different lines of filament. So that's an easy one. With the surfaces, there's only so many options, really. So many different types of nozzles. So I feel like having it where you just have a form that they just fill out where it just gives them drop downs of each option, and they just choose what is relevant to them.
Yeah,
So
drop down or other.
Yeah. So it doesn't really give you option to put bad data.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What my worry always about drop down is how to create an exhaustive list. But I guess we'll just have to have popular stuff and then other, and then they would write themselves.
Yeah, because really, it's not that exhaustive, to be honest, because you know your filaments. That's the easy one. There's only smoother textured surfaces. That's 2 options. There's only 3 different types of nozzles: brass, copper, or copper plated, and then you got your hard steel. And yeah, that's really about it.
Sorry, actually we forgot, but maybe we should have the creator here so that he can be ping every time there is something, then he can be pinged. And
on the work.
Okay, so maybe we can have a form. Let me think, because filaments, we had that debate on Discord, but I would like to keep it open. Some people suggest to leave it just for Polymaker. That was just a debate on the site, but
way too many brands and way too many things to not.
I think
Well, I mean, if it's the way we structure it, I don't think it's an issue whether it's called Poilite PLA Pro or whether it's called I don't know, Hatchbox blah blah Eason PLA Plus. I mean,
we can sort by PLA. Like we can do like a generic PLA. I think that's probably going to be the most popular. It's just some type of PLA.
Yeah,
they're all quite different.
It's a forum, right? Which means when you start typing, it automatically filter everything. Right. It's very powerful. So even if we have like 10,000s of profiles, it doesn't really matter. You just start typing your name of the printer, and then you will have all the filaments. And then if you want to go, okay, I only want from Polymaker, and then the PLA, blah blah. So yeah, I think should be good. Okay, I think we really polished that down to something that's going to be really useful for the community.
It's Printbuster's level detail.
Yeah, Printbuster level detail, exactly. Shall we shall we move to custom printer? Because I guess that's a different beast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me move that a bit here and here. Okay, so let's start with custom printer. So how would a title look like for custom printer? Because yeah, so what is a custom printer? So I guess it's something that is not a stock printer. So for example, I'm not even talking about the Voron or something like this, right? Or a 0G or something. I'm talking about, for example, Ender 3 where you change the hot end. So suddenly it's a custom printer now, right? So I guess, do we need, so actually here we need to start, right, by stock, blah, 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 blah. And here we should have custom, blah, blah, blah. So if it's a custom Ender 3, then you have to go inside to see, okay, what is custom? Okay, the hot end is now Rapido on the Ender 3.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Like Rapido. Some of the popular ones from my view is you got. So here's the most popular ways I've seen it is for hot ends. It's the Micro Swiss. That's a very popular one.
This also has to be.
What's the name
very
of
generic.
Because Micro Swiss is the brand, right?
I don't think we're gonna be able to list every single possible hot end upgrade. We
won't list them, right? It's people that's going to tell us. Okay, this profile is for my custom Ender 3 that has a Micro Swiss, blah 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 blah, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So okay, so custom 3D printer. So custom plus the name of the printer. So custom Voron 2.4, custom BQ, blah blah blah, King Room, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the material. The slicer. Okay, so I guess in these, what the custom printer community, what slicer do they use? Is that the same like Cura, Prusa Slicer, Simplify 3D, or are we changing a little bit when we go to this community?
Yeah, so for high performance, generally consensus is Super Slicer.
Oh, Super Slicer, okay.
That a lot of people like also Prusa for that too. Generally speaking, from my experience, a lot of high-end printers, a lot of people don't like Cura. They have apparently a strong distaste for it.
Okay.
Very strong opinions.
Very strong opinions.
Okay. So anyway, whatever they use, they can just write here.
Yeah.
Is there custom slicer, or can we be safe enough to say that the name here will be representative and someone will know if they have the same or not, right?
I don't know if people are crazy enough to make their own slicer.
Yeah, no. If they are, they're crazy enough to share what they're doing in very much detail.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll know.
Is nozzle size also something important for custom printer?
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah, because a 0.4 is going to be dramatically different than a 0.8.
Or a 1.8.
Or 1.8 CHC nozzle.
Yeah, you know.
Or CHT.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the note will be a very different story. So we will still have the creator.
CHT.
Yep, creator. And then
What's
I don't know whether or not they kept it as Bowden or direct drive.
Okay, Bowden or direct drive. So basically, I don't know how to put that, but okay.
And I do have a proposition for the hot end based off of what Bob said. What kind of flow, like instead of classifying a specific hot end or giving it, but then also being able to select like regular flow, high flow, or ultra high flow.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because that's going to be very different in your speeds and feeds and.
So I guess would that be in the description? Like my profile is designed for high, because a hot end is a hot end.
Because you can use a similar profile for a similar flow hot end and it'll work fine.
Yes. So like standard flow we consider about 12 millimeters cubed. High flow is anything above 24. And that's maybe the consensus for a lot of people is for those numbers. Because that means that anything from 12 or below will work properly on those printers, and anything for 24 and above will work properly on there. And you kind of got that gray area, that middle zone where it's kind of like not quite high flow, not quite standard, and you just kind of like stay out of that area.
Okay, so what you're saying is we want people to, let's say they have a Voron 2.4, they want to print with that filament on that slicer, but when they arrive here, they realize they don't have the same hot end. However, they see that the max flow of that hot end is this, and their hot end is similar, so they can still use the same.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so...
I'm not familiar. Are you familiar with Andrew Ellis at all? Like his profiles for Vorons?
Sorry, come again?
Andrew Ellis. He made a few profiles for the Vorons, and he has this excellent resource. He made a basic website that helps you tune in your printers and helps troubleshoot a lot of issues with them. Cool. So look up Andrew Ellis. So ANDREW ELIIS. Then look for Then you have to put profile at the end.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I still don't have my VPN. Sorry, I don't have.
I based the swatch truck off of his flow tuning guide.
Oh, the one that make that calibrate the flow visually with. Oh yeah, I know.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
We reviewed that on stream.
Yeah. So he actually has like a bunch of resources that will tell you.
There's a whole website now.
Yeah, whole website that will like. So you're looking for flow rates, right? So you just search for flow rate on his website, and then he'll give you recommendations for all the different hotting types that are popular and what their flows are rated for. So that could be something that could be leaked. So we could have like a resources that are pinned where people could read up on a few things that make them understand the profiles a little more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that could be in our pin post and maybe understand about profile. So that would solve the problem of whether I want to know if I can use that profile even though I don't have the same hot end.
Yep. So, because he explains it very well on what to look out for, and if you're not sure, he shows you how to test it.
Okay. Great. Yeah. That could be a great resource.
Yeah, it's an excellent resource.
Okay, awesome.
Of course, you could use a swatch truck too. Print out a swatch truck and
Yeah.
that.
We can.
What's a swatch truck?
It's a swatch truck.
What do you mean?
So we have the creator, whether it's a direct or indirect drive, the hot end, the extruder, the nozzle, so nozzle type. So for example, I don't know, an Undertaker carbon, tungsten carbon. Is that how it's called? TC? Undertaker TC. So cooling, is there in your custom printer, does hot end includes cooling or the cooling is a model itself? I'm using, I don't know, cooling, blah, 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 or...
Can I actually share my screen?
Yes.
How do I do that? I guess click present.
Yeah, present, and then you can have,
share screen. And let's see, where is window? There we go. Share.
Okay. Let me,
there we go. For Andrew Ellis, so you go to his website, which will have a link, obviously. And you search for flow, right? And you'll be like, determining maximum volumetric flow rate. So you click that, and he tells you why, right? Gives you approximate values.
So it's max flow rate, right? The flow rate.
Yep, they show all your max flows for a variety of different popular hot ends.
Oh, nice.
And then tells you how, basically a bunch of determining factors. How do you rate it? The formula for how fast you can actually print with those and everything.
Oh, nice. We should go through that on a print buster. I think it would be super cool.
Yep, and then he even gives you links to how to actually measure it. If yours is not listed up here, he takes you to CNC Kitchen, which CNC Kitchen has a test that you can run to actually find out your number, and he shows
and tells
you how to do it.
Awesome. Yeah. That's a great resource, and I think, I mean, specifically people that's going to be, because we are talking about custom printers at the moment, and I think this type of persona, I think, would be hugely interested by this type of
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, so then it gives you troubleshooting steps if you're having issues.
Whoa.
So if you have
This-
bulging, like what causes these issues, and actually how to fix all kinds of issues with your printer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
an excellent resource.
Yeah, it is. I think I will spend the next Print Busters on that website.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. Very scientific.
Yeah,
Love
very,
that.
Yeah, very scientific, great clear pictures.
Mm.
Macros too.
Yep, even macros on how to fix stuff. Yeah, if like you've probably seen these when you've been helping people with tickets.
Yep. I did actually.
Yep, and then it tells you what's causing it
Nice.
and how to fix it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Very useful resource.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I will definitely put that on
Yeah.
in the pin post.
Yep, Zombies definitely got this. I can put it in the chat, the main side, so you have the link. There you go.
Okay, perfect. Let me just put that here. Let me put it also in the public chat as well if people want to check out.
Yep.
And let me record that here. Okay. So we were at Hot 10 Extruder. Yeah. So we were talking about the cooling. Is there? Do we want to, like, for example, if I ask you on the Rook, what cooling do you have? Would you just say I have this Hot 10, which means the cooling is this, or do you say I have this Hot 10 and this cooling?
I have this tool head with these fans. So I think like the tool head and the fan, like, so Hero Me Gen whatever is what I typically use, and you can use anywhere from a single 4010 to dual 5015s to even higher. So even on the same tool head, you can use different amounts of fans.
Yeah, you can. I think it goes up to like 70-25s now or something like that.
It's stupid, but there's a huge difference between even just a single 5015 and dual 5015s.
So maybe categorize it instead of list out what it is. So like, I have stock cooling versus me, like insane.
That's being very specific.
Yes.
CPAP.
Okay. Well, I mean, my meaning was. Sorry. Do you mind, Zombie, sharing the link? Because I don't have my VPN, so I cannot write in the chat. So
Yeah, I can.
I don't think people has shared the Ellis. So yeah, my meaning was, if we put a cooling, will people know what to write here, or they will just don't understand what we mean by cooling setup, for example? Like, would they put the fan size, or they have no ideas what we're talking about?
Maybe instead of have cooling strength, instead.
That's still, I think that's
Very
still subjective, because
Yeah.
people say a single 5015 is strong.
Oh yeah.
But what does that mean? It might be strong to them, but it might
I mean,
not be strong if you're trying to
maybe-
print fast.
So what we want people to write here is, what's the setup, right? What's the fan
Yeah.
size, or what's the
What?
I don't know,
How many
maybe
fans?
you downloaded, I think, Zombie, you were working on. I remember from printables, you downloaded some, like, a dual fan, something that you put on the Hot 10, and
the guinea pig mod for this printer is going to replace this stock 4015 or whatever blower this is with dual 5015s. So that's a huge difference in profile.
So what if we have tool head description, and then they just tell us, okay, I have this Hot 10 with a dual blah blah blah. What if we just describe?
I have an idea. What if we have, like, say, a standard print that, like, one of those, like, angle tests, and just see how far they can go up the angle, and say that this coolant is rated for this amount of angle that it can go up to. So, and we can just scale it based on that, because that's not really granular at all anymore. And it's not subjective either.
So you want people to test, right? To test their cooling strength, kind of.
Yeah, so if they can go up to 60 degrees, that means everybody can print. So we have, like, say, like average or normal, which can go up to like say 45, which is pretty standard, which most should be able to do up to 45-degree overhangs. And then anything above that could be strong, and that would not be subjective or granular. It'd be just an absolute value. If you can't go past this, your coolant can only go up to this profile maybe.
What if we gave a list of all the different fan configurations and kind of did a tier?
Yeah.
Everywhere from a single 4010 blower up to C.
And can they write the configuration? Like, is that something you can write down? Is there a name, like a hot end? You can say you have this or this or this, right? And everyone understands.
Yeah, you'll have a tool head. You'll have some type of tool head. So you have a stock tool head with an upgraded fan shroud.
Yeah.
So the tool head, the fan shroud, and then what fans are on that shroud, kinda.
Okay, so tool head either is stock, either is modified, and then they have to explain how they modified it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, okay, so tool head. Okay, so what would you write here for your rook, for example? What would you write here?
A rook would be a rookery, and depending on which size fan I have, so I'd say dual 4010s. Yeah, rookery.
Rookery.
Dual 4010.
Modify with dual 4010. So this is what you would write, right?
Yeah, exactly. And on my other print over there, I'd have an EVA 3 with dual 5015s.
Okay, yeah. What if we do like this? Then we know. For example, Kyle, how would you define your tool head on your 2.4?
I would say it is stealth burner, standard. So just 4 on stealth burner.
Stock stealth burner.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a stock one, so people know what it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a defined standard stealth burner, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What if we go with this, and then in the link for Ellis, then we can maybe he's talking about cooling as well, so that we know. Okay, I have the rookery, but I don't have the dual fan. Or what does that change? Something like this.
Yep.
Or like maybe he has the rookery and then he's printing, but he noticed that the scientist of the profile has much better overhang than his, and then he's like, oh, okay, I don't have dual fan, so that's why.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it's more important to give again a description of the fans, and then maybe saying, is it a remotely located fan? Let's say it's a single fan but dual duct. That's going to be a lot different than having a single fan blowing right at the part.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess for the ticketing system, I guess for the custom printers, we would need some people in that community so that they can have a good understanding. Like, for example, I don't know, Zombie or Bob, or like for me, for example, if I deal with this, I won't be able to know if the description is good enough or not.
We can have a team of people that have access to this tickets.
Yeah. We can have a team and then some team that deal with custom printers, so they know, okay, this note is written properly.
Actually, Kyle, you're in charge of all these.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, awesome. So create a direct or indirect drive, the tool have description, and the extruder, is that the same? We need an extruder description because you can also modify it, or more or less you just buy an extruder and you just install it.
Like maybe extruder model and then configuration if it's boat on a direct drive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is for the extruder, right?
Probably not going to vary too much, but you can put different motors.
Yeah, but that's I don't think matters too much.
What current you're driving your motor at? Speaking of which, I have to lower my current on my.
Oof. Okay. So you can go deep, right?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Okay. So extruder. Okay. So what if we want to stay to a reasonable level? What would be? Is there like, for example, models? Can you say I have a LGX, for example?
Yeah.
Or is that too?
So, like, for
There's
example,
not many custom.
Yeah. So, like, LGX Lite, generally speaking, is always direct drive. The regular LGX can be either direct drive or boat-in. It comes with both options.
Mm.
BMG could be direct drive or Bowden. Then there's the MicroSwiss MG that only is direct drive. Same with the MicroSwiss direct drive. It's only direct drive. What other popular extruders are there?
Okay. Got
Those
it.
are
So,
the big ones.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah.
Extruder
Yeah.
model AGS, like for example,
Or LGX.
Orbiter.
Orbiter, yeah.
Okay.
All the big ones.
The extruder.
Okay, got it. Extruder model, okay. NSGO, does fan brands and type matters? Well, I guess to a certain point, yes, but I think maybe it's a bit too granular at this point. Maybe too details into the brand of the fans and type, yes, because apparently you see when Zombie defined his toolhead, then he gave the size of the fan, right? So we can. So the description here can be as good as the creator give us, basically.
Yeah.
Motor size, NEMA, blah blah. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Bob, I think you will definitely be in the team if you agree to manage our custom printer profiles as well to make sure.
Congrats on your promotion.
Okay, and then you say if your extruder is direct or indirect. Okay, I guess the length of the Bowden would be way too granular, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nozzle type. Well, we just no problem, I guess, for this one. And nozzle type, I mean, I'm talking more about whether it's a brass or not, right? I'm talking about
brass, and then you gotta say if it's a high flow or not, like a CH.
Yeah, it's a CHG, for example, or blah blah. It's CHG, right? Is that?
Yeah. There's a CHC, which is a hot end.
Yeah, that's
very annoying.
What is CHC? I don't know that.
CHG, it's a ceramic hot end core that you can use to upgrade a lot of standard hot ends to heat up faster, more powerful.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's very affordable too. It's cheaper than a whole hot end.
Yeah.
Well, we'll actually, I mean, it's pretty nice because it's kind of, instead of doing a forum where everyone is presenting their custom printer, basically here, you'll be able to see what printer people have in terms of custom printer. If you guys want to be inspired in the chat on what to build, you can come here and see what people have built. Okay, bed surface, I guess, is the same, and the description of the spirit of the profile. I designed this for a 5 minutes benchy, or I designed this for high quality, big part out of ABS, or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You don't have the room temperature. I would guess is also important.
Yes, it would be.
Maybe environment. So enclosed, non-enclosed, and then ambient temp.
Yeah.
So I put the same as, so let me see. We have this. Oh, we don't have
draft.
filament. I guess filament is
you have a draft or not. Do you have the filament? Yeah, filament's not important.
That's not important. The filament, whether you put polycarbonate or PLA, that's the same.
I just use 280 for everything.
Yeah.
Bed surface is here. Nozzle type is here. Description is here. Okay, so at least we have everything that the stock printer has plus extra. And then, do we require also scientist models in multiple angles?
Also, Bob asked if the chamber is actively heated.
Well, I guess
chamber temps.
Yeah, when I say room,
doesn't matter how it gets there.
Around the chamber or room, depending if it's enclosed or not. I will find a better way to do this. But if you are saying it's 70 degree C around your print, then whether it's actively or not, as long as you reach 70, I guess it's okay, right? Or is there a difference?
No.
Well, Salamander, I've been listening for a while. If I was a first-time user of a 3D printer, to me, it's a bit overwhelming with all the tech talk. So this is the custom printer. Salamander, I don't know if you heard the stock printer, but if you are first-time user, well, except if you're straight into the custom printer, but I think the stock printer is much less than what we're doing here. I mean, we don't have toolhead description, extruder model, all of this type. We don't have this in the stock printer. So just to make sure, depending on when you arrive on the stream, it's two different ones. And indeed, here we are going very deep, but because this community goes deep anyway. So they want to know this type of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you were using or building a custom printer, you are talking about custom printer. You should really know what to do with a profile. It just seems too in depth for a newcomer. I mean, let's say you build your 2.4, right? And then you're looking for a Voron 2.4. Okay. Theoretically, you will arrive here and you will have the name of the creator, the filament, and then you will have here. You will want to look for a stock step burner. I guess that's the first thing that we put on the 2.4. I assume. Extruder model. I don't know what's the standard on the 2.4. Okay, so maybe that's what you mean, right?
So I can answer that. So stock 2.4, you have Clockwork 1 with Afterburner. That's current stock Voron right now. Stealth Burner with Clockwork 2 is an upgrade path.
Are people still using
so
afterburners at this point?
Is it possible? Is it? Oh, level bed. Nice to see you here, Zombie.
Oh yeah, did you level your bed?
Yeah.
He's the one that will help with the printing of all the. He's the one behind the 10 army bamboos.
Oh nice. Yeah, there you go. I got your stuff all tested out. It's all good to go.
So. Anyway, so is this possible that someone is building a Voron 2.4 and don't know what is an afterburner? Is this possible?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can build 2.4 and still use Clockwork 1 and Afterburner. I've still see printers being built with that today.
I mean, so my meaning is it possible that someone build a 2.4 and then is overwhelmed by this type of names? Or if you have built one, then you know what is a stepper motor, you know what is, and
yeah, a lot of people just build it and don't, like, for example, Joel Telling, I don't know if he has an in-depth knowledge of every single little thing like this, but he built a 2.4.
Okay. Yeah, 2.4 is like Legos for adults, kind of.
Like Lego Technic on steroids.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Salamander, okay. I think it should be fine. I mean, we definitely don't want to overwhelm people because, I mean, the idea of building that tool is to make 3D printing more accessible or high quality prints more accessible. So yeah, I mean, we really appreciate the feedback and we'll make sure to keep this.
Oh yeah.
We'll make sure that someone arrived there and they are not like, okay, I have no ideas what they are talking about, so I don't even know if I can use that. Right?
Yeah. So little John had a really good point. So they basically built their profile, they built their printers, right? These custom printers, and they're looking for profiles for Polymaker because they like Polymaker, for example. And a lot of these for example, I know RatRig, a lot of slicers now have them as default profiles in there, but I don't really see Polymaker in there. It's usually generic filaments. So that's a thing that you could, after say the community has, what do they call it? Not
fleshed out.
Tested, vetted it, right? Basically taken it through the ringer, optimized it to a point where it's universal across many different printers that are all similar. Well, you can always do a what's called PR against the GitHub of the slicer, and then Polymaker's profile should just be introduced in the profile as something that they don't even have to learn how to download it or tune it or nothing. Slicer, and then there's Polymaker in the list of available filaments right built into the slicer when they download it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So you mean after we start this project and we see some profiles that are really standing out, then we can see to put it stock directly on the
slicer. You don't have to download or nothing. It's just there. There's Polymaker in the list of available manufacturers. There's tuned profiles that are been tested by hundreds of people.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, actually. Yeah. Good idea. I haven't thought about all of these side points, but this project will bring, like you were talking about, better troubleshooting and ended up with some great profiles that could be directly implemented in the slicers. And
when slicer, you're going to see more people like, oh, what's this Polymaker filament that's available? And then they look you up. buy your
Yeah,
film.
marketing,
More
marketing.
sales.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. Good marketing.
Yeah.
Cool. So how are we thinking about this custom printer? How it is designed like this? Can someone define whether they can use that profile with this?
I
And-
feel like if for example, with the custom one, I feel like we should have that pinned. Because what's nice about Andrew Ellis's thing, like his guide, he has it where there's links to different sections. There's like a little little icon next to it. You can copy that link and it'll take them directly to that point in the guide. So then they can look at the relevant information that might be what type of nozzle, temperatures, and a few different factors in here that will help them understand if it will work for them too. So
you mean
they can compare with what they have versus what they have, see if they're compatible or not.
so for example, below toolhead description, we could have something like check if your toolhead would also be compatible or something like this.
Yeah.
And then click here, and then we have okay. Yeah, would also be compatible. I need to
That's
see
why
if we can include.
It'd be cool to have a database of this, so when you submit your form, if you submitted a form, it would have all the information, and that could be optimized or tailored. So let's say you submit 9 out of 10 things, it's going to give you the closest profile to what you have, and says, okay, well, the only difference is you have a different extruder.
Oh, you mean like the color web app we are making, right? We just enter the
an
color and it gives you the closest one. And here you would enter your printer setup, and it will give you the.
If that was well designed, I don't know if that exists currently in the market, but that could make serious traction in bringing people in that kind of want to just put in their printer and then get a good profile. I don't know if that really exists. Let me know in the comments.
It does.
But I've never seen that.
I know.
Well, I wanted to use the ideamaker.io before.
Oh, that's funny. Level bedded. So what we need is a fork called Poly Slicer.
No more forks.
It just has all these profiles just in it.
We'll just take a skin of Orca and we'll just skin it.
Yeah.
just with Polymaker stuff. I mean, actually, is that not a good idea? Because taking the latest version of a slicer, latest stable version, and then adding in all the Polymaker stuff, so you don't have to deal with submitting stuff. Like, actually, that sounds stupid, but it could be a good idea.
I actually know how to do that.
Oh, you mean
the company I work for, we do that for customers. We make profiles for them for their printers, and we just give them a package with the slicer and everything, with the profiles all in it. And they literally just extract it, open it, and then there's their printer already in there, ready to go.
Okay, so the only disadvantage is would have to do that every time there is a new update on the slicer, right? Because if it's a fork, then we won't enjoy all the update.
Yes.
Because we won't work on updating the slicer, right? We will just put a profile on it.
Yeah. So if you do this correctly, for example, if you implement it with GitHub and you do it correctly, you can literally just keep bringing the profiles in, and it just does a git push, and then they'll see, there's an update to the profiles, and it'll just pull down the profiles, and instead of have to update your slicer every time.
Major Gengi, I mean, I'm not supporting that Polymaker should develop a slicer, right? But I like the idea of, we can deliver to someone the same slicer, but it already comes with, all the profiles. If there is a way to do that, it's just that the way to do that. So that's why.
My company does that. I work for. We already do that, so it's possible.
Oh, that would be that would be really.
When we do both we both do it for Prusa and Super Slicer already, and currently working with Orca Slicer to do it.
Okay, slicer with embedded profiles. Okay, yeah. For example, for Prusa Slicer, I've tried a lot and asked on Twitter, but how to do that, and I still don't really. I mean, I know I need to do some kind of thing on GitHub where I just push something, but anyway, that's a very good idea. well, first we'll have to have this tool working properly. But if it starts creating, if the community start, how do you call it, coming up with good profiles for many different printers, many different materials, then I think this tool will start to be very, very useful.
Here, I can present again. I can show you real quick. It's actually quite simple.
Mhm.
Your screen.
Yeah, definitely Major Gamer Geek. And Sideline, yes, whatever database, I will always go to Power BI. So that's for sure.
So here, if you want to present this real quick.
Yeah, actually, I don't know why.
There we go.
Can I-
So for this is an example for Prusa. You just
Yeah.
click Help, Show Configuration folder, and then it brings this up, and then you got these are your actual printers in here if you have custom ones.
Okay.
Then you have filaments. So then there's all your filament files.
That's the
And
profile,
then-
right? The
That'd be
.in.
the filament profiles. Yep.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can give someone a zip file that has all of it in there that's available, like push to GitHub every once in a while as a file. And all you'll do is just tell them go to this file, open it up, take that zip, and just drag it over here. And then all the profiles when they reopen will appear in the side down.
Oh, so the filament zip file, right? Filament.
So if I add a custom printer, for example, I can show you in action.
Oh, I think. Okay.
So
Okay.
go printer, and you see how I have Raptors in here, for example?
Yeah.
So if I go back to that folder, maybe I'll do physical printers. Let's see, where is the printer? There's the Raptors.
Oh, okay. Okay. So does that mean? So people will have to download the zip from our website and themselves they need to come here and copy paste, right?
You have to copy and paste all the folders in here, and I'll just move all the filaments, all the printers, and all the print settings, and it'll just all will appear when they reopen, and then they'll be all available as drop-down options.
Oh, okay. So
Very easy.
let me think. We need to put filament. We need to put all the folder here, or can we just have filament?
You can just have filaments, and you just make it where the filament is just compatible with all printers instead of just a select model.
Oh, okay. So maybe that was my question. Like, what if?
So filament, you go and you just have this, and you just make it. You just check this, compatible with all printers and all profiles, and then that will be available to all their printers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So definitely. If we start to have some profiles that are really good, like we start to have like, I don't know, 100 or 200 of likes on that profile, then we'll have to find a way to push it, like you said, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yep. So
Awesome.
so that'd be a very easy way to share them.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Awesome. So I think we are pretty much good. So it would look like, let me give an example maybe here.
This week has been very productive.
Yeah, you see that? I told you I need to work more on stream directly.
Yeah.
It would just make you do work for once, you know?
Yeah.
So stock boron 2.4, for example, on what do they use usually? Super slicer, I guess.
Super slicer is most common with that printer.
Super slicer, and then for PLA Pro, let's say, and
Slicer game.
yeah, perfect. And then we would have maybe another one that would be custom, and then the same, and blah, blah. And then when people start to type boron, then they will have all the boron type, and then they really want 2.4, and then we'll have all the oh my god, I'm so looking forward to see how this tool works, because so it will depend on two things. Number one, obviously the community producing profiles, and we will also bring our profiles. I mean, we have database of profiles as well. And number two, how good we can moderate that, like how good we can keep it clean. So we will have to implement that ticketing system. But yeah, everything is coming in place to come up with a great tool for profiles. And I'm a big believer that if we can get that tools work, it will definitely make the experience of 3D printing better. And because it really impacts me when I see, for example, a message from Hybrid Robotics, for example, that was saying that he's hesitating of continuing 3D printing because he had so many troubles with the printer, and he's at the edge of giving up printers. So I really want to find ways to help that, to make 3D printing more enjoyable, because it's an amazing hobby, and we need to help people to enjoy that hobby. So
one thing
yeah.
that I just thought of,
Yeah.
defining what is custom about a printer, or what makes a printer custom. Because I can replace all kinds of aesthetics on my printer, but it's the same printer, even though it looks fancy. So maybe, like,
Okay.
what's a custom Voron 2.4? Is mine custom because I'm using mods? But not really, because it's still like the stock build.
Yeah, so like mods or upgrades that affect printing. So like
They're probably like the tool head,
it'll be like
extruder.
hot-in, cool-in. Yes. So I think an extruder, those would be well considered
Yeah, it's just the
upgrades.
tool head.
And maybe like I don't know, the motion system as well. If you change this, then you will consider as custom. Oh, by the way, is
That's the
there
point. It does it?
like
Does
motion-
it matter? Change your motion system?
I think so. I mean, do we need to put motion system here? Is there a lot of people that mods like well, but then is that still called a Voron 2.4 if you change the motion system, or
Yeah, like upgrade it to V wheels. Like that's gonna change it significantly.
Yeah. Upgrade to V-wheels.
upgrade? Yeah. So, or is that pushing it too far to talk about motion system here? I mean, people usually do tool head and extruder, but do they really touch the motion system? I mean, that's starting to build a printer. You choose it depending on the motion system first, right? The skeleton of the printer, and then you modify what is inside, right?
And I feel like if you're changing the motion system significantly, like making a printer where it has Core XY over Cartesian as it was before, where it can
I was
go,
mainly talking about upgrading from V wheels to linear rails, for example. Like, does
Yeah,
that
like-
make a difference?
that can actually.
Okay, so for example, the Ender 3, right, is one that is the most modified to put a linear rail, right?
Yes.
So okay, yeah, that's a good point. Is the title is going to be custom Creality Ender 3, and then inside we're going to have.
It's worth mentioning,
So
because if you're trying to push too fast on the V wheels, for example,
yeah.
then
So for
run into
example, so I'm just speaking from experience because the company I work for, we sell, I would say, a few Creality printers. Probably like a good, I'll say over 1,000 a year.
Good business.
Yeah. So generally speaking, when customers upgrade to linear rails, it's not necessarily it does improve print quality, but at the same time, they normally don't change their printer profiles. They keep them as is.
Mhm.
It's more of a quality of life upgrade versus a print quality upgrade, because they don't have to worry about, like, these style wheels, they're a consumable item. So linear rails, as long as you maintain them, they'll outlive probably the life of the printer. So I don't think linear rails would consider custom.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's not gonna, if you provide a profile based off of V wheels, then it's gonna work great on linear rails.
Yeah, it
But
works even better.
as a note, you can say, okay, if you have this upgrade, like linear rails, then maybe you can have faster acceleration, maybe, or faster speeds,
Okay, so
faster
no,
wall speeds.
Yeah.
I don't want linear rails update. Okay, so that would be as a note. Okay. Yeah, and I'm guessing it's not. Yeah, it won't be that much mainstream, right? I mean, if we're really taking that to the mainstream, then okay, understood. I was reading something. Motion system, server is not needed. Button to direct drive and change to an all metal heat brake is more a major change. Yeah, I think that should be there. Oh, maybe a question. If someone says stock Voron 2.4, and then inside, so basically inside the description would be toolhead description would be stock, extruder model stock. So
Yeah.
do you know, is there a stock extruder model for 2.4? Like, will people
Yeah.
know what it is?
Yes, that actually is a thing. So stock 2.4 would be you have an octopus control board, you have the linear the MGN9s for Z and Y, MGN12 for X. You have afterburner fan duct with the Clockwork One extruder. It uses cable chains for on X and Y. So there is. So it's basically if you build a Voron 2.4 that is 2 spec of the bomb, then that would be a stock 2.4.
Okay.
And you were expected to perform a certain way.
You brought something up, but before that, Brixie is suggesting to add a picture of the printer as well. Is that
Maybe.
useful for the profile?
But here's another thing we're not considering. So for custom printers, right? Say they upgraded to Clipper.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, the
What if you
firmware. Oh
change-
my god.
Yeah. Firmware. What if you change the firmware?
That
What
the
happened?
firmware is going to be.
Then we
Yeah.
would have to, the start cheat code would have to work with that.
That's a
firmware.
brand new profile. So firmware is going to be.
Is it Marlin, or did you put Clipper, or is it RepRap?
Yeah. So okay. So
use
if it's
SmoothieWare.
stock, it doesn't matter because if it's stock, then the profile will work because it was designed. So if you change the firmware of a printer, then it definitely becomes custom, right?
Yes, very much so.
So we have So actually, I will just add firmware, right?
Yeah, firmware type.
Firmware type, yeah, whether it's RipRap, Merlin, or Clipper, or whatever there is.
Or RepRap, yeah. For Marlin and RepRap, the same settings work for both. For Clipper, it depends on how you configured your Clipper, because some Clipper configs, they will have what's called G-code macros that will interpret the Marlin commands and translate it to the Clipper command, so it'll act as if it was still on Marlin. But not everybody uses that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
does that mean if someone say Clipper, then he will have to give more information because
Yes.
Clipper doesn't mean it depends on how it's configured.
Very much, because Clipper, it's a
yeah.
million things that could be different.
because I use the start macros, which
Yeah,
I can't
you
just send
print-
someone my config. I'd have to go. Oh man, I'd have to go into my macros, copy everything into there, edit it so it worked in the slicer. That's annoying.
Yeah, you'd have to have where it does like G20.
So does that mean like custom printer community, they usually don't share profile anyway? They usually build their own profile.
Well, everyone's running Clipper. The custom
Yeah.
printer, most of the time you're running Clipper. Most of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, there. It seems that there's so many things that like, if both have Clipper, but they still cannot share profiles
Yeah,
because
that's
the configuration of
Exactly.
Clipper. So does that mean in the custom printer community, you guys are actually doing your own profile because you guys know your printer?
There's loose profile, like a loose standard that's like a start print end print.
Okay.
That is pretty standard, I'd say. What do you think, Kyle?
Print underscore star and print underscore n. It's been kind of agreed upon as that's what most people would use.
I think it's start print and end print.
If they're not using a print underscore start, well, here's the thing with Clipper, right? You could have it where it runs print underscore start at first, or you could have it at the end actually. So there might be a way to write the print start, like the start G code, in a way where if they have a custom print start, they would just have to go in and either turn that on or off kind of thing. It's like a.
So does that mean? Okay, so maybe the goal will be different, right? For the stock printer, people are coming from mainstream and they are looking to download, import to their print.
I got a really good idea actually. So there is a thing there's a command called M117 that could be in the start G code of the custom one, where if they for some reason didn't read the documentation properly for the custom, how to bring in their custom one, where you have to transfer over your existing print start to the new profile so that it works properly for your setup, then it would send M117 and say, please update your start G code, and that would be universal across all firmwares because all firmwares understand that one.
Good one. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would just display on the screen. Please update your start G code with the one from your profile, and it would just display that on their screen. And then it'd be like, oh, and then they can go look at that and they're like, oh, I need to update my start G code. Because at that point, if they're building a custom printer, they should understand that much. Like,
Or you should learn.
yeah, or we have it.
Be part of the process.
Yeah, be part of the process.
I didn't get this one. So you download the profile,
And it'll just have an M117 with a message in it. That if they
so at the beginning of the profile, they would. You mean there would be a README?
Here, I'll show
what?
you. I'll share my screen again, and I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I think this would help. Where I understand.
I know a useful command called M112. I don't know what the M112 does.
So like in your custom start,
Yeah.
instead of having all of this, it would just be M117. Please update your start G code.
But
And that would be displayed
Yeah.
on their screen.
Oh, so you mean depending
Yeah.
on the profile. So if someone downloads, so they both have Clipper, let's say, and they download the profile, they upload, it won't work because the configuration of Clipper is not the same. They have to change their start G code. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, they would transfer from one of their working profiles to the new one.
Oh,
That would definitely keep people from damaging their printers. If there's something in one code that will not work on someone else's printer that could do something bad.
M117 and do an M112. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And then and then we have a link in here that they can go to, like to a Discord link. And
Another guide:
take
how
you
to update your start G code, because that
Yeah.
is important. It's
so what? Sorry, I don't understand how the start G code affect the profile. Like how are they related?
compatibility.
yeah.
Compatibility.
So some people might, if they have a custom printer, they might have a special purge line they do, or they have auto bed leveling, or they have auto Z align maybe. So there's a lot of mechanical things that aren't going to change the print quality, but is required for their printer to function correctly to start the print.
Yeah, but these
Well,
people they already have this in their start G code, right?
Well, if they import a profile, the profile will overwrite their printer they already have. They'll show up as a new printer.
Oh, the profile.
It'll
will
pop up in the
override.
terminal, Bob. It goes in your terminal, or your console. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you mean. So these, I thought these would appear. Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
So
I get what you mean. So in the profile, you will have a start G code, but the problem is that start G code may not work on your printer. So, okay. Oh, okay. So you would have an M117. So all the profile of custom printer will not have a starting thing. It will be replaced by M117, and then people will just put there.
I send this right there. There's a message that says read this.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's built into Marlin, and it'll be down at the bottom.
Yeah, it works in Marlin and it works with RepRap as well. It works with all the custom firmwares out there. So it's universal across all machines.
Okay, so that means people download the profile and then copy paste their own starting G code inside, and then they can use the profile.
Yeah, because a stock machine, you don't have to worry about that because it's stock. All of them should start the same way. But with custom, they don't.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So this would be a safety thing to keep people from breaking their printers.
All right, hear me out. On all of our profiles, we have to draw a Polymaker logo as the purge line. Because purge line then does a Polymaker logo.
And that'd be really good.
Yeah, that way you know you're running the official Polymaker profile.
That's a good idea.
You can actually have it where you can draw it out in here. Or you can have like a message that says, thanks for downloading our profile in the start G code.
Yeah. Buy more Polymaker.
Yeah, buy Polymaker.
spamming in there.
Yeah, well, ads. Oh, and you can have it do an insert every so many lines. It just does.
every layer change, it just says it.
The first ad supported profiles. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, because
and then
you-
you need
right
you need to subscribe. You need to subscribe to our Discord if you want to have the ad-free profile.
you have it before and after every layer change. It just displays a message.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
Wow.
I guess we are giving bad ideas because we won't be able to check all the profiles to see if there is something like this inside.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to the moderation team to add in those ads.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, we are giving ideas for people to create profiles with like Easter egg inside,
Oh.
and then they would put it in. So yeah.
All right. Well, now we have to check that. Great. Thanks,
Sorry.
Now we have to go inside.
Kyle.
And then check
You have a lot of
the
work to do.
I'm just trying to make sure everybody's safe and we don't break no printers.
Okay, so whenever someone selects another filament profile, the slicer crash. Non-polymaker, sorry, not working. Okay. Yeah, I think we went much further than I thought we would. Oh, sorry. Let me
Yeah, me
share
too. A huge shout out to Kyle. Everyone say thank you, Kyle, because that's been. Hopefully, you learned something, because that's everything. That's everything you possibly know. So, Kyle, what you have to do now is just send people this video when they ask you a question.
Okay.
So it's like, watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then PayPal you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
Thank
just
you.
have Nick send me a spool of filament every time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kyle. And yeah, definitely. I mean, if you are low on filament, I mean, you know who to contact, right?
Yeah. My local representative, Zombie.
Yep.
So yeah, amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it's just incredible what we have accomplished during this stream. This is going to be really, really useful for the community. We'll work the operation behind that with the moderator team, and then hopefully we'll get that and running somewhere in the next few days, and then we'll see how it goes.
Next few days. Oh my god.
Well, maybe
Can I at least build my after this?
Oh yeah, there is the Rocky Mountain coming, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
but
after-
yeah,
after
I'm
working on.
just super excited to see that tool. I want to see all the profiles, people talking about the profiles, how to improve them, and have people that have. I want to see some type of comment that says, "Oh my god, this profile, I just loaded it. Give me a perfect print. Make me enjoy 3D printing." You know, that's what I want to. That's what I want to see.
Maybe the first step is developing the team. That might be a good thing, so we can develop an application and filling it out. You know, what experience have you had with printers? Have you developed your own profiles? Have you helped people develop their profiles, etc.?
I think
then we can
that could
do that.
Yeah, I would even do that in parallel because I think we already have a few people that can already start on
Right,
that.
we can start it, but just developing the list so it's not just one person doing the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for
we're not gonna let Kyle do the whole thing.
Yeah. Let's bring some help to Kyle.
Yeah, Sheldon, we'll do the giveaway. I think we're pretty much done tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That was the only we just finished our super booth for Rocky Murph, right? And now a new tool. Oh my god, we're so efficient. Look at my PVT. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is my? I hope it's still working. Yeah, obviously it's not working.
To print polysmooth, just really low layers, as low as you can go, and then drop the speeds. So try like the fine profile at low speeds. That should work fine for polysmooth.
Cool. I'm afraid my giveaway is not working without my VPN, so I will have to. Let me see. Let me see if we can. Let me see if my VPN still not.
No one's
working.
awesome today.
Let me try again.
You all suck.
Little John, did you get in touch with Duca, the designer? Not yet. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't seen that print, you should go and check it. I cannot connect to Discord.
Oh, yeah,
but
that thing
is it's amazing, magical. Let me see, because I think I share it internally with our team actually, so I should have the picture somewhere.
And I'll show off a print after that.
I have it. There you go. So let me share. Look at this. So this is printed by John, and it was designed by Juka. And the name of the model is called Asia Cloud Rim, Wyrm, WYRM. However you
Oh,
pronounce
worm.
Worm? Is it
Worm.
It's worm.
And it's a dual silk.
It's a
Wyvern.
dragon. It's a
Wyvern.
dragon.
It's a dual color with dual silk. So it's a silk white with Caribbean. So Caribbean is a dual green and blue.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
Beautiful.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's insane. I just love that. So yes, definitely, Little John. I will contact Juka for his permission, and then I want to post that on our website if he's okay with that. Definitely. Oh, warm. Okay. Warm. Okay.
Or wyvern.
Anyway,
I'll show you
just
this too.
super beautiful.
I just printed this today.
Oh, nice. Oh, Easter is coming. Is that the 9th, right?
Yeah, it's this Sunday. So I'll be giving this as a gift. All Polymaker. It's actually, even the white is the marble, and the green is the Christmas green. So, we need a black marble. Oh, I should have done Galaxy. What was I thinking?
Black marble. We won't even see the spec, right?
Galaxy. Galaxy.
Oh yeah, I made it work.
Yeah.
Okay, so it should work.
I think I like it like that.
So we have 75 people here, 10 entries. So I think you have to write it again. So sorry guys, can you be awesome one more time?
No.
And we'll do the drawing. Oh, what's happening? Okay, there you go. We'll do the drawing. So I'm under the VPN. So if I dropped, don't worry, I will come back.
You're still there.
Okay, great. It's coming. Come on, people. Be awesome. Oh my gosh, so many awesome people here. And Zombie. Zombie's awesome as well. I'm awesomely average. Mark H. Awesome. We wait a tiny bit more. Let's reach maybe 60. We have 78 viewers. So let's go until 60, counting people that are working on the side. Disqualified. Thank you, Paisley, for being awesome. Nick, thank you for being awesome with this awesome name. Okay. 8 left. I'm almost done with PLA Scientist, so I'm awesome. Yes, you are, Mr. Medic. Ooh, another beautiful print from Medic. From Medic. From Zombie.
Wow.
Oh, it's the one with the fuzzy skin.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's cool.
Nice.
It is.
Was that with
huge.
the marble?
This is the marble, but you can't really see it
Yeah.
with the fuzzy skin. You can kind of see it. It adds a kind of cool texture up close, but it has a butt.
It's not.
This is K2's.
Nice.
Got
Really, really nice.
My kid was so excited about this. I was like, okay, can you at least not break it before I can show it off at least
For you,
once?
sir.
Helmet.
54. Are we good? Is there any more awesome people?
I think
Awesome people. 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna draw our first winner.
I saw Zombie there for a second.
Yeah, Zombie is in there. Everyone is awesome here. Kyle, are you in there as well?
Yep.
Oh, Kevin!
Rigged. Rigged.
I think it's rigged.
All right,
What
we're
happened? What
we're
happened?
sending K2 a dark gray.
Dark gray. A different shade of black.
No, I say pink.
Light black.
Awesome. Congratulations to Kevin. And our second winners of today is
Kyle.
it's gonna be K2, Zombie, and Liz. That's gonna be the winners of today. And Lee, congratulations.
YouTube.
Oh, finally YouTube. We have someone from YouTube. Lee, are you still there?
Must be
I
just
remember
answer.
you asked a couple of questions.
I sure hope you're
believe-
still here.
I believe you're there. I mean, I literally opened the giveaway a few minutes ago. So Except
they're
if
off
you-
to make a sandwich and take a bath.
come on, Lee. I give you another 10 seconds. What did you write? I'm awesome and then run away directly?
Maybe it's going to different streams writing that they're awesome. Actually, they might have entered at the very beginning.
but it won't be counted anymore because I
Oh,
restarted.
that's weird because they didn't enter recently.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, strange. Okay, so maybe Lee, I'm so sorry. We're gonna redraw in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I didn't see the my favorite emotes today.
Oh, sorry. Spam.
I need to have it for me as well.
Yeah.
Stephen Poole. Congratulations, Stephen Poole. Another gift for you. Stephen Poole literally just ordered like, I don't know, like more than, well, what did you order? Like 20 spools or 30 spools? I saw you order on the website. It was huge. Yeah, Stephen Poole, congratulations. How
Talk
many
about printer
spools did you
tuning.
order?
Oh my god. We should have this guy on.
Who?
We should have Stephen Poole on. He's like the master at tuning printers.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like stock
35
printers.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, and then one more, just because Kyle is awesome.
Yeah.
And let's go. By the way, Kyle, you won by default, right? Remember,
yeah.
if you need anything,
You know where to find me.
we should have what you need for your
Ooh,
printer.
I want that sparkly blue ABS.
Are you able to leak anything
Oh,
about what you're working on?
Yeah. Are
Kyle?
you also a big fan of all the Galaxy ABS and ASA?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it
He
looks
needs
like if you're
a
part
care
of the,
package too.
Almost
Custom
all my
printer?
printers are printed with Galaxy ABS type filaments.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be a rule. If you're part of the custom printer community, you have to like ABS Galaxy. It's like a rule.
Of course.
Freaky Nufi, congratulations. So,
I see them.
Ben contact
Awesome.
everyone except YouTube, but I don't think we had any YouTube winner today,
No.
except me, but it wasn't there. So,
I
Ben,
think everyone knows how to contact you at this point.
Yeah, I can just reach out to Zombie about that then.
Yeah.
yeah, just go to Zombie.
I got him in my DMs. I'll pester him.
But
Um,
that's unlimited printer support though.
I
I got the Warren
got you.
printing pretty
Okay,
well
great.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you pretty well set up on it.
Whoa.
Oh, up,
Big.
almost.
It's hard
Yeah.
to show. It's not perfect, but
Is it
It was
the tallest one? The 20 centimeter one?
It still looks really good
I
though.
think so. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of cheating because it's a matte filament, but
You know, if it looks
looks
good, it
pretty
looks
good.
good, you know.
It looks
yeah, I redid all the belt
awesome.
tensions. I actually spent some time tensioning in them and then reran the
What-
input shaper, and it's good.
Yeah, I
What's
helped
the
troubleshoot
conclusion?
all those issues too.
What's
Yeah,
the
that's 10.
conclusion on this Zombie? Shall we go to 12 and then reduce the what's
A
Do we have
10.
any-
So this is at 10 right now. This is 10.
centimeters? This is not 10 centimeters, right?
Well, 10 deep. It's
One,
not that tall.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You
What
probably
do
get
you
you probably get like 2 more stacks.
Easily 2. Easily.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't understand. So now you have 5 lines, right? We have 10 in total, right?
Yes, this is 10 deep. 10.
Total.
Yeah. It's 10 by 30 right now.
Oh, because it's yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like this.
It's stair stepped. So this is what happens when
Oh,
you look at
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's already 10. Oh, that's not that deep.
No.
No.
Oh,
Me
so
neither.
shall we do 2 more then, and then we do 12 by 25, or shall we do 14 by?
Given it's going to be a little bit deeper, but because that'll have it set up quite correctly. 'Cause I'm kind of stair stepping it. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be one after the other.
Little John. Hang on. Zombie has a working printer.
Or print- I was printing on 5 printers today. 5.
I contributed to 2 of those at least.
Yeah.
Because we had. Let me go to the stage here. Because I remember. I mean, it's strange the way you put it. It looks.
It's not
it
going to be
won't-
correct. So let me
It's
configure it
going to be
correctly.
twice that. It's going to be twice that actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
a little bit more.
Mhm.
All these off.
So because
Oh.
I still have. Yeah. Okay. So
Stupid
that's.
support filament.
You
I'll
will,
get,
it will,
I'll get the support filament working. I'll do it.
Maybe you have to print it with supports.
so it will look like the 1, 2,
Print
3,
it with
4, 5,
non-support
7, 8,
supports.
9, 10.
Yes.
I mean,
and
Idex
21 inches.
or bamboo.
So this is 21 inches, and the table is 31. So we definitely, if we divide by 10, that's like 2.1 inches per row. So we can easily add 3 rows. 3 rows, that's going to be 3, 6. Yeah, we can add 3 rows. My worry was that the last row would be too high. So maybe we need to reduce. The last row
Oh
still.
yeah, that's so small. That'll be good.
That's 20 centimeters, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe we should keep the last row at 20 centimeters and then just have divide by 14 and start at maybe 20 millimeter and then just add up 14 times until we arrive at 200.
Yeah, so reduce the spacing.
Yeah,
I
reduce the spacing.
I think it'll work fine. Yeah.
Okay, and then that's going to be 14 by, if you divide that by
Is this an iPad?
25.
Sorry?
Are you on an iPad?
No,
No,
he's
no,
in
I'm
PowerPoint.
Oh,
I'm on my computer. So here divide by 14. Okay, 21. So maybe 22 times 14. And that's 308. Maybe we should go 22 by 14. So 22, 1, 2,
14.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
I
21.
wouldn't go too deep because you get to still reach. Yeah, let me.
I mean, we should have long arms, right? Let me check. How long is my arm?
Okay, not everyone is as tall as you.
Okay, so my arm is. My arm is 31 feet. Oh, exactly the size of the table.
yes. It's one Nick arm length.
It's one Nick arm length, exactly. Yeah,
So
so
this
maybe. So yeah, let's go 12 then. Let's go 12 by 25 then. Let's go 12 by 25.
12 should be fine. Yeah. 12
Yeah,
by
12 by
25.
25. Let's do that then.
I think that's the number we're talking about in the Discord too.
Yeah, exactly, K2 Kevin. I'm the size of Michael Jordan. That's the best way. I'm one Michael Jordan
Oh.
tall.
Oh,
I think I'm missing a stack.
Okay, great. So let's confirm that then. 12 by 25, and I will most likely print 26 or 27, just in case, because we may have all the new products coming already. So I will just add them as well. Okay, then I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, so it's gonna be kind of like. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, can you imagine? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're gonna have 2 more, and then all of that multiply by 25.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I can still be, I'm walking. I can grab this one. I can grab 2 more quite easily.
Yeah, perfect.
I do kind of like this height though. It does look really good. I might suggest doing extra tall instead of a weird number between. Or
Okay, because that's gonna end up with 24 centimeters for the last one. So it's pretty much
Okay.
the limitation of the bamboo.
so maybe so do 15 in increments, the original value we had. Because we decreased it because of how many we were going. Or increased the I don't know. 15 should work fine. So there we go.
Okay, freaking UFI, okay.
12 rows?
Okay. Yeah, and I think we'll go for 14 rows and start at 15 millimeter and increment by 20, because it seems that the incrementation is pretty well at the moment. It's the right incrementation. So 15 millimeter and then plus 20, plus 20, plus 20 until the last one, which is gonna give 21.5 basically. Great.
Or just start 20.
Sorry?
Yeah, start at 20, not 15. Do 20, 40, 60, 80, up to 240.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I will switch to Discord. We can discuss this more into detail. NSTO, if you're available, then we can close the project today and we start printing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say after
Awesome.
15 these, the locking mechanism works pretty well. It's gonna be good.
Awesome. Let me look at who is Where should we go? Oh, there's no many. Okay, let's go to the arcade then. Let's go to the arcade.
That's a draft PLA.
Nice.
Yeah, draft PLA. Let's go to the arcade and let's start the raid. If I can. Yes, I can. Awesome. Yeah, thanks again so much, Kyle, for joining and sharing all your knowledge about 3D printing. It's really appreciated. I really hope we'll be. You say you're going to Murph, but not Rocky Mountain, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, and how about Earth?
Potentially.
Potentially, okay. For me, it's the opposite. I potentially will go to Murph, and I will definitely go to Earth. I will be in the middle of moving from China to the US exactly during the Murph time, so I will see if I have time. But anyway, thank you so much again, Kyle. Thank you, Zombie, and also thank you, Zombie, for inviting Kyle. That was I'm super amazed by the efficiency we had today on building that tool. That's what happened when you put these awesome brains together, Zombie and Kyle. So thanks again, everyone, and I will talk to you very soon. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Sorry if I haven't been reading very well the chat today, but I will see you guys on the arcade. I will stay a little bit just to say hi to Chris, and then I will move to Discord to discuss about Rocky Murph a little bit more. So thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nick, quick question.
That was so
Yeah, it's still.
I think it went
we're still